Torpo, welcome on in and congratulations on being officially the fastest thing alive. Claiming first in the chat for this stream. I hope you're doing well today. And I hope you enjoy the stream. I am quite excited. This is the second stream I've come into this week, feeling very enthused about it, so I'm hoping it's going to be a good time for everybody. Which is impressive considering I've been awake for about half an hour. So who's this TRON fella? Good question, Tids. Good question. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Yeah, daft as it may sound, I am very hyped for this. I've been a big Tron fan since I was a kid. It's part of the reason I was so into computers growing up. Blame my father, I do. Because he was a big Tron fan. I have a lot of connections with the show and with the films and the TV show in terms of, like, I did a lot of research into the production of them because I'm that kind of person, and the production of the original Tron film is just really, really fascinating because of the kinds of things they were doing to evoke the look that they got in that final film. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tids. I really do hope things pick up for you soon. It seems like you've had a really rough time of it lately, and you don't deserve that. I really do hope things pick up and that you're given the time that you need to rest and recover from the things that have happened. Looking forward to seeing what this is like. Me too. I hope it's good. So, actually, I'll put us into just chatting for a second. Because I know you can't really see me on the setup screen anyway, so it makes it a bit weird having a conversation. This is the point when I find out I've got chocolate spread on my face, isn't it? Yeah. I had a chocolate spread sandwich for breakfast. So I'm grown up. And actually it's daylight, so I don't need the front light on. There we go. So I read an article about, well, I didn't read it. I caught a little bit of it and went, okay, I'm not going to read the rest because it might be spoilers. But I caught an article on Twitter about Tron Identity that said Tron Identity proves that a good Tron game can be made. And that bodes well, I think. I hope. Then again, I also caught an article last night about Resident Evil 4 remake saying that the game did Ashley dirty by not making her, like, super powerful. Hey, Frankenstein. Tron 2.0 was a good game. I think what they were referring to with the article was, like, modern Tron games, because the one that came out on the Xbox? I want to say the Xbox 360. Yeah, because I have that one somewhere. It was fine. I gave up on it really quickly because there was a bit of platforming that was just prohibitively difficult for no apparent reason. Fingers crossed, but have a good track record and volume. Volume as in the volume is wrong on the stream, or as in Bithel's done a lot of stuff? Hey, Podlord, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Tron should lend itself rather well to games, I feel. Ah, yes, it should. But as with anything, in the wrong hands, it can be a complete fucking mess. Yeah. Let's go over. So I have literally booted this up for the first time today about 10 minutes ago just so that I could get it set up for the stream. I've not changed any of the settings or anything. We are all going into this blind. I am very excited. Tron Absolution, I think it was PS3 X360. Yeah, I think it was Absolution. Had some fun with it at the time, but it has been years since I played it. Yeah, I enjoyed the little bit that I played, but I got very frustrated with a bit of platforming because it kept killing me. And if I remember rightly, when you fall off of something, it's like a really long drawn out, yes, you've died again. And I got fed up of seeing that, so I stopped playing it. Maybe I should go back to it and give it another shot now that I'm a bit more of an experienced gamer in terms of more modern games. My main point of contact with the Tron universe, the grid, is Tron Uprising, which conservatively fucks. Tron Uprising was the animated TV series that got cancelled, wasn't it? I'm really bad at remembering which bit is which, despite having watched it all and loving it all. Yes, Uprising was really good, and I was very disappointed that Disney cancelled it when they did. They did not give that show time to breathe, and it really needed it. Something like Tron needs a bit of breathing space to develop what has happened in the world, in the intervening periods between the original film and whatever's happening, in that specific context, and they just didn't give it that. Hey, Nikki, welcome in. I hope you're doing okay today. If you need to pop into the Lurkers Lounge and just hang out there, do not worry about it. I completely understand. I know things have been a little rough for you lately, and socialising might be a bit too spoon heavy, and that's okay. But I hope you're doing all right today. Okay. I don't know what the volume's going to be like or anything, so let's see. Ooh, that's some bumf. Endless mode? Non desu ka? Config. So let's get the music volume down a little bit because that's quite loud. Oh, that's neat. Oh, Nikki. Is this I ate something that I'm allergic / intolerant to kind of situation? I've done that before. That's the thing I do a lot when I comfort eat, actually. Self-harm through food. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. We love a little accessibility setting, a UI scaler. Very nice. Okay, so that's the smallest it goes. Let's have it there, I think. That's good for me. No worries, Nikki. That's perfectly fine. I'm sorry to hear that you're suffering, and I hope things are better soon. Tron is a really weird universe to try and develop because of what it is. Like, it's bits of electronics, isn't it? That's very true, but if you think about the way that technology has evolved in the time since Tron came out, there are ways that you can sort of evolve the universe to match with what's gone on. And I think they did a reasonably good job of that in Legacy. I know a lot of people have opinions about Legacy, but I genuinely enjoyed it as a sequel to the original Tron. I think it was very faithful to the original. There were maybe some parts about it that could have been better done or more fleshed out, but it was still an enjoyable film, and it was very stylish. Okay. It doesn't look like the effects are going to be too bad at 100%, but hopefully we can always go back to that later if we need to. But yeah, we love an accessibility setting with the UI scale being adjustable. This is more of a visual novel than a point-and-click adventure game. Which is why I'm confused as an endless mode. I love how the original had no computer graphics because it was too expensive. Everything was physically done. Agreed, Nikki. It's one of the things I love most about it. Like, if you look at some of the costumes and props that they made for the original Tron, they have not survived very well. They were made out of material that has degraded over time, and they weren't stored very securely because back in the 80s and early 90s...
Hello there.
Hello, Sinister. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well today. Back in the 80s and early 90s, and before that as well, obviously, movie studios didn't think that preserving these props and things was a necessity. But we've gotten to a point in our history now when we've realised that preservation of those kind of things is actually very important for preserving our cultural history. And there are people out there whose entire jobs, is to just go and find these props that have been sold on in auctions over the years, are languishing in some FX developer's attic and stuff like that. And then to sort of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Restore them to a more healthy looking state and then preserve them somewhere safe, which is lovely. Still don't manage on indie projects, unfortunately. Yeah, and hopefully that changes, because there's been some wonderful indie projects that really deserve to have their props and scripts and things preserved. Preservation is important for the future. Who'd thunk it? Yeah, exactly, Pudlord. Threw a birthday party yesterday. My friends all chipped in to buy an airbrush for me. Oh, that's wonderful, Sinister. And happy birthday again. I saw your cake in the Discord and it looked glorious. I've been thinking about cake ever since. Some of the stuff I made didn't survive so well. Yeah, I can imagine. It's really unfortunate when that happens. One day we'll get there with preservation for all projects, no matter the scale. Okay, we got too much food. No such thing, Sinister. It's more food for later. Okay. Like opening credits. We're doing this movie style. Exciting. We're gonna let these run. If we've got any cutscenes or anything like that where there's a lot of talking, I'll try to not talk over it too much so that you can enjoy it and I can enjoy it. But things like this, I'm quite happy to have a little chit chat over. But this is boding well. Have you not, Sinister? Some would say that the original hasn't aged that well in terms of its graphics and things like that. But I think if you go into it with the knowledge that it was made at the point it was made, and you appreciate the low budget it was made on, I think there's still a very enjoyable time to be had there. Hello, Prime Bee, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Oh, it's gone green. Ooh. And hello, Cyborg, welcome on in. Lurk, cooking carbonara. Will you enjoy your time in the Lurker's Lounge kitchen? I hope your carbonara comes out fantastically. I'm sure it will. Shodan? Maybe. Welcome to the Grid program. To progress this story, press the Next button. You can read at your own pace or progress automatically by pressing the autoplay toggle. If you miss something, there's a chat log on the pause menu. Text speed and scale can be adjusted for your comfort in the settings. Are you ready to begin? Oh, this is nice. This is nice. So as I'm moving my mouse around the screen, you know what? I'm actually gonna make a quick adjustment to the way that the game capture is being done. I'm going to turn the capture cursor off so it's more immersive for you folks. You don't have to deal with my mouse just being all over the screen. I do, but I don't mind. Shodan would be an amazing Tron villain. She really would, yeah. But you just lust at her. Yep, that's Tidders. So, like I said when we were setting up, this is more of a visual novel than a out-and-out point-and-click adventure game. But it's a visual novel that's got a little bit of a 3D element to the scenes, which is nice. And as I move my mouse around the screen, you can see the viewing angle changes. That's really nice. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this on stream, but the text window at the bottom is actually reflecting what's at the bottom of the view as well. So if I bring it up here, you can just see the legs of the program that we can see there. That is really nice. Like, as a first screen into this game, they have done a fantastic job. That is good. That is nice stuff. What I do want to do is go into the pause menu, config. I think we need to increase the UI scale a little bit to make the text bigger. Let's have a look. That looks a little bigger. They have nailed it already. Yes, they have. This is a good start. I'll turn autoplay off, just in case. How's the text on the screen for you folks? It's big enough for me, but I want to make sure that everybody watching is comfortable as well. Cool. Initializing. Okay, we can turn autoplay back on. It's a cold night in the city. Nothing new there. You pull your coat tighter, feeling the heat of its glow, a small comfort against the brittle rain. Across the park stands the repository, a grand building. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It stands sentinel among all surrounding it. This is architecture as power play, a statement made in light and stone. It's also where you'll be working tonight. Oh, wow, look at that. You step forward, taking in the data trees that flank your path. Good prose, Bard. Suddenly, the screech of tyres against asphalt to your left, the rhythmic pulse of a light cycle at full speed. You turn, seeing cold blue light racing towards you. Do we want to hold our ground or dive out of its way? I think we hold our ground. You didn't dodge the light cycle. Suddenly, no, we've done that one. You hold out your hand. Stop. The cycle doesn't slow. In fact, you could swear it accelerates. Defiant. Be stoic, gruff protag. Hold your ground. Yeah, we're gonna go full film noir for this. Ugh. It blasts past you on the left. 2 more cycles follow it. Yellow. Core. Whatever the racer did, it was bad enough to get 2 enforcers on their tail. Peacekeepers. That was the polite word. All peacekeepers are bastards. Holding our ground is a real baller move. And look at what it gave us too. That's nice, that is. It blasts past you on the left. Yep, okay. You operate in a less polite world. You push forward, more gingerly now. The park has fallen silent again. Good. I remember the peacekeepers in Uprising. Bastards indeed, but ooh, they looked nice. Yes, they did. That's one thing I've always loved about Tron, is that the bad guys look so cool. Oh, wow! Look at that! We've got some, like, high-quality VTuber level shit going on here. Look at this guy. Hey, Penguin, welcome on in. How you doing? It's going well, thanks. We're enjoying this so far. We've only just really got started, but it's very pretty. Damn, man got that drip. And not just because it's raining. If bad, why clothes so cool? I feel like there's a joke about fashion designers there. You go, boss. Cyberware so damn cool. Agreed. Very much agreed. Tron is the reason that I love, like, the cyberpunk clothing aesthetic and wish that I could be more cyberpunk in my daily life. But that shit is expensive, yo. The closest I can get is the Destiny hoodie that I've got, which is currently in a pile of things that's covered in dog hair. At the entrance to the repository stands a slab of a security program. He is a bit of a brick, isn't he? His armour is scuffed and scratched, as is his face. A cruel smirk is attempting to break through his clenched jaw. Home is where the dog hair is on everything but the dog. Very true. Ah, your name is Grish, is it? Bit of trouble on the road there, Chief? I'm either gonna go with wakes you up or nothing I can't handle. I think. I'm thinking nothing I can't handle. I appreciate the beard. I am a beard haver and would like to think I'd keep it in the grid. Yeah, that's fair. Well, Flynn had a beard in Tron Legacy. So, yeah, I think you'd keep it in the grid. I'd like to think I'd look a bit cooler in the grid than I do in real life. Nothing I can't handle. We're called Query. What a great name for a detective. He laughs. Next time, look both ways. You're not gonna win a fair fight with a speeding light cycle. The laughing stops and is replaced by a stern frown. Grid me would be a slimmer and better build. An idealised me. Yeah, that's the kind of approach I was going for. I'd want to be a more idealised version of myself, I think. Also, if you're in a fair fight, something's gone wrong. Yes. Can I help you? Greetings, program! Feel free to start. Do we want to be the sassy detective? Also, canonically Query is queer. I'm sorry none of you have a say in this. Oh no, what shall we do? Sass the cop, you know you wanna. I do wanna sass the cop. Fuck it, we're gonna sass the cop. Feel free to start. Another snort of snide laughter. Oh, wow. This guy. Ooh. 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 Poke you in your eye. I'm gonna need some credentials. You flash your badge. 4 squares arranged in a T. It designates you as a member of the Disciples of TRON, a detective. Excuse me a minute while I act like a performing seal. Okay, I'm calm. No boss, no assigned task, but uncovering the truths. A professional observer. Okay, I'm very excited now. Can you tell? Oh shit, no I didn't, Tids, I'm so sorry. I was so wiped after the stream. My name's Query. Your boss called me in. Something happened here. Something big enough to bring in outside help. The program is taken aback. He steps away from the door and motions you in. You could have sworn you saw the light in his eyes pulse with frustration. This isn't going to be an easy night. Okay, I can sass the cop again? There you go. Can't remember if you're on the Discord already, Penguin, but yeah. Actually, you know what? I think I've still got Discord open from sending Tids the code for... I do. Oh, wow, what a friend! Okay, that is fantastic. Thank you for that, Tids. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sass him again. I mean, if I... Ooh, okay, no. So, sassing him is the thing I want to do, but it won't get me any additional information. I can feel that. If I ask him if I offended him, I might get more information that might help me in my investigation later. Do I go for the mid-range option and say this will be easier if you work with me? Excuse me. Because that might provoke a response. Did I offend you will definitely provoke a response which will give me additional information. But this will be easy and might provoke a response and might give me that additional information, whereas we're going to be good friends is definitely not going to help as much as it's the thing I want to say. Still a little sharp, yeah. Okay, we'll do that. Let's go for the mid-tier option, as it were. This will be easier if you work with me. No answer. The program slams the door shut behind you, reactivating its glowing lock. No escape. Well then, what an arse piece. Hey, nothing wrong with that, Penguin. We love rattos in our channel. We love all pets in our channel. All animals in general, in fact. Definitely not going to be an easy night. The lobby of the repository is beautiful. It demonstrates the same power as the exterior. Grish hustles you into the elegant space. Let's have a little look around as much as we can before we move on. Okay. Ooh! Oh, we can interact with things on the actual overlay as well. There is a point and click element. Woohoo! I haven't lied! Unlocked. Main elevator. Oh! Ooh! Oh no, we missed stuff outside! By the looks. Waiting on capture. I tell you what. Where is... I don't know if the capture's working properly, because we've had a couple of people that haven't been able to get verified. But you are now verified. Welcome to the Discord, Penguin. You should now be able to set your pronouns and any specific server roles that you'd like for specific games. Enjoy. Okay, so I'm actually going to go through some of the stuff in our logbook. Ooh, okay, let's look at Grish first. Grish. The Adjunct War didn't so much change Grish as reveal his true function. He is a brusque, direct program whose only focus is the execution of his assigned task, protecting the repository and his fellow programs at any cost. If you stay on the right side of Grish, he could be a vital ally. Make an enemy of him, and your time in the repository may be less comfortable. Ooh. The repository. The Ark server is vast, with hundreds of cycles of history, and hundreds of thousands of citizens. Tonight, you have a single function: to investigate an explosion within the core repository. Located in the Vertical Slice District, this is a supposedly public and safe location. In reality, you know that Core's control is more insidious than most imagine. This is a political territory, and the air is heavy with demonstrations of power and influence. You are an interloper, an independent program entering a space over which you have no control. The Vertical Slice District, fantastic indeed. Also, this is a very apolitical game, can you tell? Definitely no politics going on here. The lobby is a beautiful space designed to welcome guests and subtly remind them of the power contained and maintained within the repository. Usually, it would be bustling with activity, but tonight's events have triggered an evacuation of all but the most essential programs. The door is locked, and there is a mystery to solve. Politics in my game? More likely than you'd think. Hey Cole, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. The deceptively simple access point to the rest of the building, although contingency stairwells exist for emergency access. The interlock system incorporates multiple tracks and cars, allowing access to all areas of the building in an instant. I will read that in a moment. Security is ensured via login codes.
Been a sub for 6 months.
Okay, I'll wait until Brian's finished.
Penguin Sentinel gifted a
Penguin,
tier 1 sub to
thank you.
Loft.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much for the 5 tier 1 subs that have gone to the community.
Months. Very naughty. Penguin Sentinel gifted a tier 1
So
sub
kind
to
of
Aurora
you.
Minis.
Looks to me like a marginally volatile hostage situation.
Heckin' Subway over here. Bravo, Buttlord.
White mad scientist butt? Can't think of a reason not to.
We may actually get to kick some puffy white mad scientist butt in this game, we'll see.
_along_home just joined the freelance police. Great to have you here, little buddy. Penguin Sentinel gifted a tier 1 sub to move _along_home.
My favourite sub alert.
Is this deja vu? Loki Doll just resubscribed. Penguin Sentinel gifted a tier 1 sub to Loki Doll.
That's from the old office as well. Gone now.
Is this deja vu?
He doesn't spinny in here.
Just resubscribed. Penguin Sentinel gifted a tier 1 sub to T Dinzio.
Wow. TTS Brian butchered that name there, hey? He tried, though. We'll give him that. Thank you very, very much, Penguin Sentinel, for the 5 gifted subs. That is so kind of you. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much. Where was I? The interlock system incorporates multiple tracks and cars, allowing access to all areas of the building in an instant. Security is ensured via login codes. Different programs allow different degrees of navigation. Oh, we've got role-based access control, everybody. This is my bread and butter. In even the smallest details, Core establishes control and hierarchy. This elevator will be getting a lot of use tonight as you do your rounds. Oh, bless you, Penguin. That's so kind. Okay. Doesn't appear to be anything else we can click on here. You note that it is empty. Quiet. You work here? It's probably more like, you work here? But you know what I mean.
HeroQuest is the best game
Hello,
ever made.
Cypher.
And anyone who says
Welcome in.
otherwise is
I hope
wrong.
you're doing well today. Okay. We know where everyone is. They've been evacuated because of the explosion. So asking this seems a little silly. I suppose the only thing that it would actually help us with is, depending on how he responds, we have a little bit more of an understanding of how much he actually knows about what's gone on. No, it is not Clue, Cole. This is Grish. He is a bit of an arsehole. And the character on the left there, that's us. We're Query. Okay. I think I'm gonna go with the "you work here" question rather than just going, "Oh, it's so pretty." You work here? I do. Oh, that's neat. I hadn't noticed that when we were talking to him before. Probably because he was, like, really close to the screen. Hey, Cooper. Welcome in. How you doing? So, whoever's talking, you get their colours at the bottom of the screen. That's really neat. I like that. And then it's sort of neutralised a little bit when it's just stage directions. Is there a light cycle mini game yet? Not in this, but there is a TRON light cycle game that came out when the original movie came out. You look around. How long? Enough cycles that my beard turned grey. Hot damn! I mean, that could just be the stress, to be fair. Grish looks tired. Must have already been a long night. He growls. We're so prim and proper. And he's just so grumpy. I like Grish's collar. Yeah, his outfit's really nice. It's very well designed. And the scar on his face is, like, you can see it even though it's quite small on the screen because of where he stood. Ah, so about 3 years then, yeah. Wasn't my call to bring you in. I had this handled. Was about to begin my investigation. Ah, that's why he's being pissy with us. Higher-ups don't think he can do the job. Okay, we can either rub salt in the wound. We can play dumb. Even though we know what has brought us here. Or we can sass him. What do we think? Like, I would quite happily take the sassy option every time without having to ask you folks, but I feel like that could result in a bad end. So I am cautious about just sassing everyone that I meet. I might draw the grid. Yes, I will capitalise it every time for today's landscape. Oh, that'd be so cool, Pudlord. I've been loving seeing all of your sketches on the Discord. So thank you so much for sharing them with us. I love your style. It's really difficult to describe what it evokes with me, but yeah, you've got a beautiful style, and I can genuinely imagine it working really well in an indie RP book. Captain Sassy Pants playthrough, here we fucking go. Pant-wetting terror? No. I mean, some of the like spookier character designs that Pud's put up on the Discord are wonderfully spooky, but I don't generally respond to horror in that way. I find it fascinating and exciting. I'm weird though. We know this. It's a tic-tac-toe board, oh bless you, Cole. There's beauty in a tic-tac-toe board. Grish also has drip. Yes. Yes, he does. We're very plain, very clean. As you'd expect from a disciple of Tron. I suspect we're going to see a lot of very different and interesting looking programs as we play through this. Okay, let's get back to sassing Grish, shall we? I can leave if you'd like. Nothing would please me more, but I'm just following orders, like you. So I can stay? I don't follow orders, I'm an independent process. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Holy crap, his scar is lit up. Yes. Yes, it is. It's like he's been partially de-rezzed, and that's just never healed properly. It's really cool. It's a very clever way of doing the programs, I think. And I really love the art style they've gone for with this. Poor Grish has gotten beaten up a fair bit, judging by the introductory text, yeah. Well, he's clearly been at the forefront of a war that happened. And it's not gone perfectly for him. I mean, he's still alive, which is a good start. I'd love to get a glowy scar for cosplay. Yeah. Like, there are means of doing stuff like this. It involves button LEDs and usually like latex, like false latex scars. It can be done. It can be a bit awkward to wear though. It's halfway between the original Tron and the sequel, yeah. And I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Because de-rezzing is, like, how I recall, any compromise of your form equals death, so that scar is a very close call. Yeah, exactly. And I really like that. Like, he's got the evidence of his essentially near-death experience right there, as a reminder and as a signal to everybody else of what he's been through. Carbonara made and it is good. I'm glad to hear that, Cyborg. Welcome back from the Lurkers Lounge. Okay, I think if we leave, we'll probably get an achievement for ending the game early. But also, that would not be a good way to do a stream playthrough, so we're not going to do that. I'll try that offline. I don't follow orders. I'm an independent process. Whatever presumption makes you feel more comfortable, Chief. Okay, he sassed us back. We deserved that. You can tell Grish isn't used to dealing with inquiries like yours. He ushers you past the lobby's vacated front desk towards an elevator. We've moved all non-essential staff to a secure location. Okay, cool. Is there anything here we can look at? Doesn't look like it. I do love the way it gently moves around the scene as we move the mouse. Also, you've got the little, for want of a better description, targeting reticule. I've got my mouse pointer in the middle of that. So I'm really glad I turned the cursor off for you folks so that you can enjoy what the game looks like when your mouse isn't just, for some reason, sticking around. I've been ordered to send you up to Prinz. He runs this tower, and he's taken the events of the night very personally. You'd think they'd stolen from his own personal collection. They stole something? Maybe, way he sees it, that's exactly what happened. I wonder what was stolen then? There's been a robbery? That's right. Someone picked tonight to steal something precious from us. Prinz will fill you in on the details. I don't know them all yet either. Okay, let's check for anything else that we can click on in here. I'm really cautious about not missing any details now, because I feel like when we get into the guts of the investigation, any additional things that we've observed are going to be really useful for piecing things together. I'm hoping this is going to be like somewhere between The Wolf Among Us and the Case of the Golden Idol. That would be really cool. I heard the explosion, activated the lockdown and put things in order. Since then, I've been out here, securing the perimeter and waiting for you to show up. Took you long enough. Ah, okay, I see. So not only was he basically told that he couldn't do the job properly and we needed to get outside help in, but then I took ages to arrive, so he's been standing about in the rain waiting for somebody else to come and do his job because he's not good enough to do it. I can see why he might be pissed off at us. I mean, it's not our fault. But, yeah. That would certainly narc me. Oh, okay. So because of the choice we made right at the beginning of the game, for those that have come in slightly later, the very first choice we're given to make is that there's some light cycles coming towards us, and we can either jump out of their way or stand our ground. We chose to stand our ground and be a badass, and he was watching, so he sassed us once for it already, and now he's sassing us for it again. So I'd be very interested to play this again, like off stream, and just see what the conversation changes to, depending on what choices you pick with that light cycle encounter right at the beginning. The fact that they've gone to the effort of adding things like that in, that would very definitely be different, depending on how you'd chosen to act right at the beginning, is great. I love a good actual choices matter, in terms of the way that other characters interact with you. But I respect the effort. Grish is very much my spirit program right now. Disgruntled, tired, fed up. Fair. Bit of a mood, to be honest. Okay, so we know about the explosion. We know why he went outside. We'll ask him about lockdown. So what does lockdown entail? He's so cool. Oh, who's that? Is that us? Are we just stood over there now? Or is that somebody else? That could be somebody else. Ooh. What does it sound like it entails? Look, don't fucking sass me. I'm trying to get a feel for your security protocols. Locks? That's right. Nobody in or out. Thanks for making the exception. We're going to be nice to him for a change? Well, potentially. Prince gets what Prince wants. That's a very important thing to note. If there's any other security staff or any other entrances or exits, Prince could bring someone in or let somebody out, despite there being lockdown in place. It's good to know that there is that there. Grish moves to the elevator. Okay, it was us in the background. The keypad to its side awaits activation. Okay, so we can't activate it, obviously, and there's nothing else for us to look at. Oh, chat. Okay, one, the water in the background there, very nice, but more importantly, I want you folks to look at the reflection in the little bit of wet patch on the right-hand side of the screen as I move my mouse cursor closer towards it. Look! It moves and changes. It's an actual proper reflection. I am a sucker for little details like that, especially when it's a reflective surface. Like, the one disappointment I had with the mirror quest last night in Ghostwire was that you cannot see yourself in the mirror. In any of the mirrors that you walk past. So it's not a true reflective surface. I mean, this wouldn't be either, but that is a really nicely done reflection. They could have just phoned it in and had it be a flat reflection of a specific part to make things easier. But no, it shifts as your viewing angle shifts. That is fucking glorious. We love that. I get that, but on the other hand, would it or would it not have thrown you right out of it to look in a mirror and see a fucking Tanuki fursuit? I mean, you're not wrong. It would have made me laugh and it would have made me feel much calmer about the whole gutsy situation. But, no, I love it when a game does reflections and water really, really well. And for the most part, Ghostwire falls into that category, like reflections in rainwater and stuff like that are done really, really well in that. And we're seeing it here as well. Backbone was another one that did reflections and water really well as well. Fuck Gutsy. That is fair. You know what? I might add some commands to the chat at some point in the future when I've got some time relating to our least favourite cursed mannequin. We'll think about that later, though. Okay. Now that I've finished geeking out about the reflection on the floor... Oh, look at that. They've even gone as far as to have the little bits of light from Grish's armour reflecting into the door of the elevator. That's beautiful stuff. Love it. Love it. He reaches out his hand to the panel. It hovers, A sharp intake of breath. What? Is there a problem? Grish stands in front of the panel, looking at it, then back to you. He's confused. I bet he doesn't have permission to access it anymore. Or they've changed the code on him so he can't input his usual code. He catches himself, confusion turning into frustration. Since the explosion, I've been missing things. Okay. Like, I want to sass him again, but now is really not the time. We're not going to sass him, but I want you folks to know that deep down in my heart of hearts, the option I want to go for here is manners. We are going to go for memories, though. Explosion popped his head open, I assume. Oh, potentially. That scar may actually be a fresh one. Memories? Yes. I don't know if it's got anything to do with the explosion, but my memory access is failing me. There are holes. Okay. As someone that regularly forgets things that they've known for ages and have never had any issues remembering in the past, I am feeling very sorry for Grish right now. Because holy shit are there holes. It's gotten worse since I had COVID. Like, it seems like COVID has really badly affected my capacity to remember things, and that infuriates me to no end. You're a DOT, you said. You can defragment identity disks, can't you? Recover memories? Okay, again, we could sass him here, but considering he's clearly in distress, I'm actually going to go with this middle option here. I'm going to say with consent, yes. Because I can is the easy option here, but I am never going to do that without somebody's consent. Really has for me too. It's like it's worsened my ADHD. Yeah, I kind of feel that. Like, I've never been diagnosed with ADHD. I've always had some of the sort of signifiers of it, but since I had COVID, it's just like, how do I human? Husband can't remember a chunk of her life whilst we were living in Bradford. Shit, really? That's terrifying. With consent, yes. I grant it. Do what needs to be done. Here, take it. Can we interact with it? Okay, no. He hands you his disc, grudgingly. Minigame! Okay. So what do we have to do? Match data cards to defrag a disc. Drag the circle card onto its matching neighbour. Like this? As well as suits you can match by number, drag the 3 card to its neighbour. Okay, so you can only go with stuff that is next to, I think. Oh no, you can't, okay. There are 2 legal move types, adjacent and 3 packets away. Okay. Cards cannot cross the top of the disc. No move is final. Undo any play at any time. Oh, that's nice. This is what endless mode is, I bet you. I mean, I could sit and defrag discs for an entire day. Said my computer after it needed defragmenting for the first time. Okay, so... Unlock disc color. Okay. Stuck. Let the AI make your next move. Okay. Let's do as we're told. We can't not do what we're told at the moment, but that's fine. To complete a puzzle, reduce card count to the target. Pick your own moves from now on. Okay, can do that. We only need one more move anyway. There we go. I think. Oh, no, we reduced the amount of cards left. I see. Hello, Hans. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Okay. So that's back to where it was before. I think the 4 is the thing that has to... that has to stay. Maybe not. No. No, this isn't going to work either. Is it? No. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Here we go. Sorted. Hey, Kian, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Memory restored. Completed in 207 seconds, /8.28 microcycles. New disk colour. White. New memory, a significant number. Ooh, let's have a look. Ah, okay, so this isn't just locations, it's also memories that we unlock as we go through. Wicked. Bit annoyed at Crusader Kings as everyone keeps rebelling, so I keep having to kill them. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but just everybody keeps rebelling, so I keep having to kill them is fantastic as a phrase. The data's formed a head shape. Mm-hmm. Have you made the Pope gay yet? Where did I put my tissue? I had a... Ah, there it is. It's the other side of my pocket. My nose is runny this morning. History.jpg, indeed. 1982, yep. The first Tron film. Okay, let's get this read. Memory, a significant number. The administrator, Prinz, smiled. I think that's everything. Did you have any questions? Grish shook his head, silent. He needed the job. It seemed simple enough. No need to put the new boss off with an unguarded question or comment. You're not the talkative type, I suppose? Good. Prince typed a number into the elevator, stopped himself. You'll need a code, I suppose. Are you a religious program, Grish? Grish grunted, non-committal. I don't ask for utter devotion, but I do expect respect for myself, for Core, and for the users. Let this be a daily reminder to you of their importance and seniority to us all. He gestured towards the pad and keyed in 1982. 1982, the year Flynn first made contact with the programs, according to the user calendar. A sacred time. Burn it into your memory. Grish did so. He would use this code every center cycle. Okay. Little note. right there. Having the key code for the elevator be 1982, one, in universe is a stupid idea because that's a really easy to guess important date for a lot of programs, but two, is a great little nod to fans of the film. The security gremlin and the movie nerd gremlin are having a fight in my brain right now, put it that way. I wonder how we change our disc colour. Also my first year on this earth. Coincidence? Are you secretly Flynn Penguin? Are you Peng Flynn Sentinel? You hand the disc back. Grish takes it, replaces it on his back. A slight pulse in his eyes signals the data refresh. Yeah, that's fair. That was a terrible joke and I am not sorry in the slightest. Sentinel does sound like a program. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Penguin Sentinel's username is a Yu-Gi-Oh reference, which I am A-okay with, because the Penguin Sentinel card is adorable. I got the penguin gifs. Yes! The best bit of the internet. Got it. Grish gives the slightest of nods. It's the closest you'll be getting to a thank you. He taps the code into the elevator, unlocking it. The best passcode is clearly 1111. Indeed, nobody would ever be able to hack that. I've unlocked repeat access rights for you. You'll be able to travel to any location Prinz allows. Okay, I want to say thank you, but I'm actually going to ask if he's got any other memory gaps. We're going to be nice to him for a little bit, because he's clearly had a bit of a rough time. I don't know, all zeros is used for several nuclear installations. That is horrifying. I don't like that at all. Are there any other gaps in your memory? Grish grunts. He's clearly frustrated to have shown his weakness to you. You move towards the elevator, but Grish puts out a heavy hand, blocking your path. Please don't beat me up. You're way bigger than me. I am but a tiny investigative program. I'm not going to let you do this without me. Oh no, it's turned into a buddy cop game. We're going to let this happen. Because I feel like he could probably snap us like a twig if we said no anyway. You could join me. Grish laughs. I don't join you, program. You join me. Whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's fair, Tids. Also, it just seems like a really dangerous idea to have it be that simple. But then again, it's a very... everything's very highly secured, so... He does really seem to be someone you want on your side rather than against you, unless he's behind it all, but... Who are you calling a program?
Hello
He
there.
nods. Hey, Modhale, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. This isn't a shout-out to, but shout-out to Modhale for gifting me a Kaiju Stompy game earlier, which looks really fun. And maybe something that ends up featuring on the stream on like a tired day when I don't have the energy to play anything more intense, we'll just do some Stompy Eat Monster fun stuff. Because it looks like it could be really cathartic to play. So thank you again for that, Mod Hale. It was a lovely surprise this morning. Oh, this is a good view. Alright then. You push forward, and he's surprised. Let's work together. You reach out a hand. He takes it and shakes it. We made a friend! Alright. The most sincere smile of the night plays across Grish's face. It looked tons of fun and suits you to a T. Very apolitical and totally without social commentary. Very easily digestible. Yes, it was definitely not a political game. It was so not political that it was as unpolitical as this game is. This game is definitely not political, right, chat? No politics here. Prince's office is upstairs. He'll be waiting for you. For us. What's he like? I don't even know what a politiques is. It is as unpolitical as my day job. Which is very unpolitical. It's as far from politics as you could possibly be. Fine. Little too fixated on the users, but fine. I think I scare him a little. Nah, Tron never had politics. Definitely not. The elevator doors open. How does one pull a tick? Funny you should say that, Pudlord. It requires tweezers. It's time to visit the man who called you here. Prince may consider this an office, but it's more of a shrine. User memorabilia lines the walls. I wish we could zoom in on it. I want to see what he's got, like properly see what he's got. Appears to be some movies up there. From the ancient Mediterranean poly, meaning many, and ticks, meaning blood-sucking parasites. Bravo, Mod Hale. Oh no, my browsing history is on display. The music in here as well, holy shit. That's good stuff. Good stuff. Ooh. Grand window. Outside, you see the vertical slice district laid out before you. This was the beginning of the city, the first foothold of the Ark server. Over 1,000 cycles it has persevered and maintained the aesthetics of Flynn's master server. Tradition defines it. You can imagine why Prinz likes this view. Your work takes you to all corners of this grid, but of all the districts, vertical slice makes you the most uncomfortable. The forced nature of it, of programs miming out traditions they never experienced firsthand. Sometimes, you're more sympathetic to automata than you'd like to admit. Okay, so that's given us some really interesting context for where exactly we fit within the Tron universe. We're not part of Flynn's original grid. We're on a replica. We're basically a backup. That's neat. That's a really clever way of setting a game in an existing universe with existing characters, but putting yourself in a position where you can remove yourself from everything that happens within that existing universe to a degree. I like that. That's very clever. Good on them. Prinz stands by the window, looking out over the city. He turns and smiles as you both enter. So Prinz is red. Good to know. Prinz's collection is as broad as it is impenetrable. Books, recordings, sculptures, and children's toys. You're unsure how many of these items are reconstructions, originals, or replicas, but given that their origin is the outside world, the distinction seems semantic. You may have an opportunity to investigate if Prinz leaves, but for now, you don't want to frustrate him by touching his treasures. For the time being, the contents are a mystery. Hello, Waffle, welcome on in. Can I kill my neighbour? What has your neighbour done to warrant that kind of ire? No, but contractors are available in some computer games, this is true.
Hello there.
A Bob Monkhouse joke. Hello, Chowder. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Did I miss a joke? Oh, the blood-sucking parasites thing. Yes. It's a great joke, though. New colour, paler, almost beige like yellow. Yes, the environment's beautiful in here, isn't it? Ark server? Being on a survival game server explains quite a bit. Yes, it does. Apart from driving around in their very loud car at late hours, they are now listening to music very loud. But I can only hear the bass of the music, and it just goes through everything. We had a neighbour that used to do that, and I absolutely despised them for it. Like, they were so lovely to us, but they had house parties that went on until, like, 3 a.m. And they had a lockdown COVID party, so, you know, they're the scum of the earth. So glad we don't live near them anymore. But yeah, I can appreciate why you would want them to cease existing in Minecraft. Tron is one of the universes where I don't think I'm tech savvy enough to know to write in it. Okay, before we carry on, Podlord, I want to address this. The guy that created Tron originally envisaged a world of the future, where technology had evolved beyond what it was at the point when he wrote the story. And he was terrified by the fact that it ended up being a lot more like that than he'd expected it to be, and then, many years later, more recently, decided to go and live in a yurt in his back garden and disconnect himself from the internet completely. Which I think is a fair response to seeing the thing that you've created come to pass in the most sinister possible fucking way. I love the guy, he's great. But the things he was writing about, they were all very theoretical at the time. The thing is, you can take what is there within the Tron universe, and you don't need to be tech savvy. A lot of it is techno babble more than actual tech. So you can take what's already there, and you can extrapolate that for the cyber world that you would want to see tomorrow. And you would still be writing within the confines of what Tron originally was. It was originally idealism about the future and about technology. So please don't feel that you, with your absolutely fantastic writing skills for the record, would be unable to write something in this universe if it's something you wanted to do. Think about the cyberverse that you would like to see, not Transformers, but, you know, the cyberspace that you would like to see personified, as it were. And go with that. Still Tron. Still works. Can you kill your neighbour? Of course. But should you? Maybe. Hey Zeus, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Noise complaint time. Yeah. So we've raised like 5 noise complaints to our local council and they just never fucking did anything because our local council at the time was useless. William Gibson wrote Neuromancer on a typewriter. Exactly. It's not all tech savvy. Yeah, exactly. Like, knowing the words is enough to get you through. You're welcome, Podlord. I am always happy for more, like... I would consider Tron fairly cyberpunk in terms of its leanings. I am always happy for more cyberpunk shit in my life. Of any variety. But yeah, if you want to do it, fucking go for it, friend. You will have my full support. I love how some of chat is now setting up alibis for Waffle. That's great. Maybe don't do it in a publicly available chat, though. Neuromancer is one of my favourite books. A good choice, a very good choice. In fact, Sir Terry Pratchett was more tech-savvy than William Gibson. Yeah, Terry Pratchett was a very tech-savvy fellow, to be fair. Cyberpunk is punk and we need more punk. Exactly. I think original Tron is like happier cyberpunk, but then sequel Tron was like not enough genocide and went hella dark. Yes, that's very accurate. I think original Tron is very idealized cyberpunk, which is great for me because that's exactly the kind of cyberpunk that I am. I'm very optimistic in my cyberpunkiness, if you see what I mean. Which means that when I'm a little bit older, I'm probably going to end up living in a yurt in my back garden and disconnecting from the internet too. Because that's what happens to these people. But yeah. I'm really digging this sort of... It's like a white light, but not quite a white light. It's got this kind of... And the music's helping with this, but like this kind of churchy vibe. This is a shrine to the users that somebody happens to live in. And the design of the room and the music choice for it really leans into that. They've done a really good job on the design for this game. I'm aiming on creating the next gen of Scientology when I get old. Oh god, that could be interesting. I didn't have any warning signs about electricity and pools. It's an awful accident how the pool strangled your neighbour's waffle. If I could afford the yurt or a yard to have a yurt and food, I'd probably already be disconnected. That's fair, Cole. If I remember correctly, OG Tron was about revolution against dogmatic control. It was, yeah, Podlord. A good soundscape can make or break a place. It really can, and they've done a fantastic job so far. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they do. It's absolutely a church. That's what this colour is. It's vestment yellow. It really is, isn't it? It feels very holy in here, for want of a better description. They've done such a good job. Like, the little things that make this place up. So good. AKA punk as fuck, yeah. Is it really any surprise that, that I have grown up to be the person that I am, with things like Tron being so influential and important in my development when I was young? You accepted Grish's help. You found a friend, Grish. Grish snorts. You hired one for me, Prince. Oh, he's fucking evil. Look at this guy. There isn't a good bone in that body. I mean, he's a program, so he's probably not got any bones. But that's beside the point. You know what I mean. Nah, he's just a little guy. He's hot. Oh no, chat's thirsting after the mean guys again. Not a single line of good code in that program. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. He's giving me feet. Oh god. It did, and you seem exceptionally happy to have the company. That smirk, though, and the way he keeps, like, looking at us very briefly, like his eyes will flick to the center of the screen, like that, and then he'll smirk, and then he'll look away, and the smirk fades. Oh, that's good shit, that is. He's the sort of pretty boy I'd want desperately to put in his place, so yeah, same. I kind of want to smack him. He could recompile me anytime, oh my god. Oh my god. Prince chuckles to himself. Very glad you could join us, Query. You come very highly recommended. I do the work. So I've heard. Prince noted your answer. Prince will remember this. Welcome. Prince steps in front of his desk. He registers your confusion at the bright lights on its surface. A little showy, perhaps. I've been told it looks like a shrine. But, much like the users, I enjoy a little theatre. I mean, to be fair, I enjoy a little theatre as a user, so, yeah. You didn't hire me to talk about desks. Observant. See, you're already on the case. Prince smiles another smile. I really like his outfit. Didn't say he had to come out the other side alive. Oof. For Prince, it was not just another Tuesday. Looking at the user behind the program. Yeah, it feels like it, doesn't it? I was going to say, shouldn't all programs have perfect memory, but then I remember Windows. Yep, fair. Do wonder if he plans to manipulate the reverence for the users for her there. I think Prince is a he. Pretty sure we've seen, yeah, because I've forgotten his name already. Grumpy Security Guard program referred to him as a he. But he does have, like, Gristle. I don't think that was it, but yeah, we'll call him Gristle. Grish, that was it, it was Grish. There we go. He's Gristle now. I would wear that suit. I would wear that suit in a heartbeat. Maybe in a different colour. Red's not really my thing. But, yeah, I'd wear that suit. I think I could rock that suit. His name makes me think of Gristle, I don't know why. That's fair. This angle of Prince gives me thin white Duke era of Bowie, which is Kira shit. It really is Kira shit. He's got that kind of look about him, actually. You'd wear it, especially if the red was programmable RGB. I fucking would, Modhail. You are not wrong. That with hot pink or lime green lighting. I'd fucking love that. Yes! Okay, we're just talking about clothes now. This is a grid-based fashion conversation stream now. Prin smiles another smile. It is a smile calculated in its charm. The kind of self-conscious allusion to kindness that you've only ever seen in those with assured authority. Grish, still standing, tenses. He's seen that smile too many times. Tell me, Query, for whom do you fight? When will we get a grid-based fashion game? Somebody should do that. Tron Runway. Love it. Love it. Princess Sclera black. I think they are. Or are they blue? It's hard to tell because of the lighting. I fight for the users. Yes. I fight for sandwiches. Me too, Kian. Me too. We're gonna say I fight for the users. Because that's getting us on his side. Whether it's true or not doesn't really matter at this point. I fight for the users. Another smile. More sincere this time. He's making me really uncomfortable. Oh, a traditionalist. A program after my own heart. A user set this world in motion with vision, purpose, a steadfast ethical framework. Prin steps back to the window. Anything to click on? No. Flynn built this world for us. Query. He built us an ark safe from Clue. From his intolerance of our kind. Are they all ISOs? That's why Grish has a scar! Holy shit, that's brilliant! But we're a detective. How can we be a detective if we're clueless? Fuck's sake, Tinners.
Serious?
That's brilliant! Okay, so this is set after the second film. That is wonderful. I'm sorry to anyone in chat that hasn't seen Tron and Tron Legacy and is going, what are these people fucking talking about? To try and give some context for those that don't know, Tron Legacy set up the idea of a new kind of program. A program that has essentially evolved by itself. It's not created by a user. And they're called ISOs. But what's really special about them is that they can leave the grid. They can come into the human world, into the user's realm. And they can go back. But during Tron Legacy, Clue wanted to wipe out the ISOs. And some of them survived thanks to Flynn and his son. And apparently even more did. And the reason we're on an Ark server is because Flynn built that to rescue the ISOs from Clue's genocide. That is fucking amazing. They're on Flynn's arc. Yeah, exactly. Plot bullshit, basically, Kian, is the answer to your question. Also, I'm sorry that you can't get any pasties due to the local deli being closed. No, they have their own physical form outside of the grid. I can't remember the exact ins and outs of it. There is an explanation for how they can do it. There you go. Thank you, Cole. The ISOs had something comparable to human DNA that Flynn speculated could be used to better the human physical condition. The reason is sci-fi, yes. So yeah, they're programs that have evolved by themselves within the grid, and that have an element of actual true humanity to them, which makes them able to traverse between the two realms, as it were. A better question is, how can you upload yourself into the grid? By accident, Pudlord. As with many things in science fiction, it was all started by an accident with a laser beam. So, a 3D scanning incident. Humans could be digitized, and that was a reversible process. So I guess the reverse applied to ISOs. Exactly, Modhail. For those that have never seen TRON or TRON Legacy, I do highly recommend them. They're wonderful films. If nothing else, they're fucking beautiful to watch. Really, really nicely designed. This is taking a lot of cues from TRON Legacy for its design methodology. Which is fair, because TRON Legacy is a more recent film, and therefore the design aesthetic is a little bit more clean, shall we say. We must never forget what we owe, whose grace we rely upon. He saw the potential of the ISOs, and our value. Your order was created with similar optimism, the disciples of TRON, independent seekers of truth in the face of tyranny. It's all very impressive, I'm sure. Closest I've come to TRON is the TRON world in Kingdom Hearts. That's fair. I've not played the Kingdom Hearts with the TRON world in it, but that is legit the only reason I would play that game. I liked the first Kingdom Hearts game, but I don't think I could be bothered to go back to it and play it again. Exactly, Cole. They did what they could with the equipment they had available at the time in 1982. And with Legacy, they had a really big budget and very fancy computers, so they could do some really interesting stuff. Oh, it's well worth a watch, Cole. It's very, very good. If you enjoyed the movies, you'll love the TV series. It was really good. It's a shame it got cancelled. Fighting is much better in the second compared to the first. Yes, it is, Waffle. That's largely down to the fact that they actually had fight coordinators and stunt coordinators. TRON was done on a very low budget. Plus, TRON brought us the cosplay glory of TRON guy. That is very true. Legacy could afford Michael Sheen, yes, and he was so fucking good. And Daft Punk. Daft Punk wanted to be involved in TRON Legacy, though. That was the thing. They were big TRON fans. So I don't think it was so much of a matter of being able to afford them either. Oh, I see. I see, Waffle. Yeah, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. We'll pay you to be in our movie, yeah. Okay, let's see where we're. You too are part of Flynn's design. Do not forget it. He will return. Okay, I can see why he's so reverent of the users now. I'm gonna go with I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back. So Flynn got trapped in the grid for a long, long time, and he was fairly old by the time he was able to reconnect with his son in Tron Legacy. It seems like he probably left the grid after he'd helped evacuate all the ISOs to safety. But yeah, the likelihood of him coming back at this point is slim. Because humans still age in the grid. I don't think Jeff Bridges has another Tron in him, sadly. Yeah. Prinz noted your answer. Fortunately, my faith is not dependent on your opinion, program. Fair. Grish tenses. The boss and I have different views on the subject. Also fair. I fight for the programs of the repository. In the war, they taught us to fight for the one next to us. Keeps things simple. Yeah, fair. Prinz frowns. Your loyalties to those around you is why I indulge your argumentative demeanour, Grish. But loyalty without faith is a fickle thing. He is also hot. Grish is very grumpy. It's the scar, isn't it? People dig the scar. My faith is strong. Not entirely convinced, Prinz moves towards a bookcase. My interest in the users goes beyond blind faith. I imagine you've noticed my collection. Very impressive. Thank you. Does any piece in particular catch your eye? Oh, do we want to say the currency token or those colourful boxes? So he's got like a coin or a penny or something, and he's got some boxes. I'm interested in the boxes because I think they were like DVD cases or something. But if you folks want to know about the currency... Boxes! Okay. Okay, everybody wants to know about the boxes. Those colourful boxes. Prinz moves to the shelf, removing a box. This is a form of user entertainment. A video, stored on an analogue magnetic tape. They record fictional performances and share or sell them to each other. He smiles as he looks at the tape. I would digitize entire libraries for these people. Capitalism can get sodded, fair play. Ooh, VHSs, yes. This was apparently one of Flynn's favourites. I've not watched it, but the user on the cover looks heroic enough. Can we watch one? Prinz chuckles. A fellow student of user culture. I'm afraid events are conspiring to pull us away from such artistic appreciation. When this night is done, and if we remain in one another's good favours, perhaps I can introduce you to popped corn. Would you like to indulge in some of the popped corn? The whole library of everything on Betamax can fit on one floppy disk. Yes. Prinz places the box back on the shelf. Fascinating. Prinz smiles. Indeed. Prinz's face stiffens for the first time. He lets the stress of recent events show on his face. The colourful box of black, yeah. I am a little tired still. I woke up about half an hour before the stream started. Cue Vulcan raised eyebrow. I do need to practice that, actually. So I'm in a Star Trek Adventures RP that Slow is running. And I am playing a Vulcan character, so I need to practice my fascinating. What if the Internet Archive is how these people get all of their user info? Oh god, no. Friends. It's impossible to tell if Grish is sympathetic or frustrated. His eyes are blue. We can see them more clearly now. They are like a proper ice blue. Holy shit, they are bright. Tonight, the unacceptable has occurred. Our repository has been broken into, and our work is in great danger. I'm sure Grish told you about the explosion, our vault. We have been attacked. I don't know for sure who did this, but I have my suspicions. Just remember that Vulcans get drunk on chocolate. Will do, Kian, thank you. Just watch out for Ponfar in the game. I will do my best, Waffle, I will do my best. Oh yes, I saw that, Modhail. I thought the whites of his eyes were black, but no, his irises are just flipping bright. Yes, they really are. They are a proper ice blue. Very nice. Very unsettling as well. I need to know who is responsible and what they stole from us. Ponfar is best solved with bloody violence. Okay, so. What was in the vault? A good question. I don't know. We serve at the pleasure of Core, and they move items in and out as they please. He looks down. I wish I had a better answer, but for now, I am as in the dark as you. My building is host to a great many treasures, but presumably, tonight, someone stole our greatest jewel. Prinz gestures broadly. Hello, Steen. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. No worries, Cypher. I hope you have a good walk. No data was returned. That seems to be happening more and more often with the shoutouts, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's Twitch or... Not the Star Wars Holiday Special! The programs with the answers are throughout this tower. I'm hoping that an outsider like yourself may be able to find the truth of all this. I'd start with the crime scene itself, or the suspect we already caught. It was necessary to contain the threat. Absolutely. Grish turns to you. A visiting dignitary. I don't like new faces. Not when there's a coincidental explosion moments after their arrival. That's fair. One of my men secured the prisoner immediately. He does have staff. He's not doing this on his own. We've created a temporary accommodation in the library. Give my apologies to Ada when you see her. Not exactly her role to play jailer. I'll interrogate the prisoner. No need to tell me, program. The DOT are independent of my authority. I hope that you also remember your oath of non-interference. Come back here when you have anything to tell me or any questions I can answer. Prinz's smile broadens. It's been good to talk to you, Query. I will make it known to my staff that you are to be supported in your investigation. I believe you can do good work here. Disciples of TRON, Cole. This is my repository. I will do everything I can to help you. Come to me if you need anything. Is he winking or blinking? Yes. He's blinking. He's definitely blinking. You leave the office. Grish follows. So this is like the opposite of Clue Town, where the ISOs are in charge. Interesting. It's very interesting. I'm very excited to see how this goes now that we know that. You may have guessed that from my reaction to realising that they're all ISOs. For the users. Bye, Prince. Oh, wow. Okay. Got the vault, we've got the admin office. Got the library and the lobby. So we said we were going to go and interrogate the prisoner first, and they're in the library. Look at this, though. This is so pretty. He's winking with both eyes. Yeah, exactly. The library is vast. Undulating distant platforms hang from the walls. The air is wet. The cold white glow of the space dreamlike. Oh, look at how it shifts in here as well. That's neat. And look at that backdrop. That is glorious. I would love to see a library that looked like this in real life. Like, trees and a waterfall in the background and all the books over here out of the way of all of the water and stuff. Can you imagine just sitting by this and reading a book? Oh, glorious. I want to go and live in the grid, everybody. Can I go live in the grid? Too moist, though. I think with the correct setup, it could be safe. Have some dehumidifiers running. Yeah, exactly. Pretty, but the book density is appalling. Ah, but we can only see a little bit of the library. There may be, like, loads more floors. There could be, like, extra bits further back. These could just be the shelves that we can see. Also, books in the grid don't need to be quite so dense as books in the real world to still contain the same amount of information. Exactly, Pudlord, that's what I was thinking. How many books are actually contained within a single book in this library? I wish cyberspace was as gorgeous as this, instead of just pages upon pages of bullshit captures and cookie notifications. Fair. Very fair, Modhail. Oh, we got a new thing. How do I Codex? There you go. The library is an ode to epics and esoterica. The history of the grid resides in these trees, from founders to the Adjunct War. Alongside that, nestled in these branches, is the minutiae of thousands of lives lived on the Ark server. But there are gaps, programs missing, events uncategorized, edits. This library is curated, secrets pruned. 8 programs sat around the table. The shortest leaned forward. We must improve the energy flow. We are vulnerable to any potential outage. We must build more processing facilities, stockpiles. Stifled laughter from a couple of the other programs. We have more than we could ever use, brother. Your concern is misplaced. The shortest shook his head. If we do not prepare, we risk everything. Flynn will return. You don't know that. The tallest program stands and gestures with arms out, palms down. Enough. Make your preparations, brother, but do so humbly. We cannot give you all the resources you requested. Do what you can with that which we can afford. It won't be enough. It must be. The viewing platform. It would be an overstatement to call the library a public space, but it is certainly one that is often visited. On a normal cycle, this platform would offer beautiful views to the visiting dignitaries and guests, the inbuilt shield keeping them safe from the great height of the room. It serves a different purpose tonight, acting as a temporary prison cell for the imprisoned automata ambassador, Sierra. The shield appears to be successfully holding back the disgruntled program, for now. If it was up to you, you'd be encountering Sierra in a more neutral context. Grish had other ideas. Okay, I think we've got all the interactables now. Excuse me, I worry what you heard is a lot, and what I meant was everything. Gosh, you T-posed. But it is the trees that make the grandest impression. Tall and old and impossibly complex. They curl and swirl in the energy that falls before you. You've never seen anything like them before. Not at this scale. Is ChatGPT the villain? Yes, always. I don't trust ChatGPT. Grish leans conspiratorially towards you. But before we listen to him, books. Given the complex beauty of the trees in the library, these books look charmingly anachronistic. The shelves hold Flynn's Gift, a compendium of all digitized user texts available at the point of the founder's arrival on the Ark server. Access is strictly limited to core scholars, and even then only to pre-approved books and chapters. As a result, the average program has almost no knowledge of user history, beyond that preached by core, or automata's competing beliefs. It is a humbling and strange experience to be this close to so many answers to the deepest questions in your code. You tell yourself to remain focused on the job at hand. Neat. ChatGPT is teaching the AI how to infiltrate humanity and steal our furry art. See, that's not my issue. My issue is that people use ChatGPT for all sorts of stuff, like writing their CVs and querying programming questions for stuff at work without thinking about where that information goes, because everything in ChatGPT, everything that is put into ChatGPT is used to train the neural network that runs ChatGPT. So if you're giving it your work history, your education history, your personal details, it's storing that somewhere to train it for later use by other people. And we don't know if the people that made ChatGPT are going to use that ethically, and if it's stored as securely as it could be. Same goes for putting any kind of proprietary information into it. So I'm very wary of things like ChatGPT, not because of what the technology does, but because of how the people behind the technology use it. I trust programs, I don't trust people. This is why I wish I lived in the grid. Yes, Martail. Also, ChatGPT has been somehow programmed with a bunch of gender stereotypes. So it will generally, in the newest version, automatically assume that if you're talking about a doctor and a nurse, the doctor is male and the nurse is female. And with a lot of hard work, you can sort of push the programming back towards neutrality, but it's started from a place of non-neutrality. This isn't a place I'm comfortable, program. Learn what you want to learn about the library, but remember, we're here so you can question the suspect. You go to correct him, but before you can, you're interrupted. Ada's really cool. Oh yeah, I was going to mention this earlier, but I forgot to. I like that in the character descriptions, you've also got a little interaction tree. There we go. So with Grish, we've met him, and we've requested his help, and that has brought us down this path here. She's just all purples, yes she is. Ada. Yours and Ada's work is similar. You both construct facts. While the DOT trained you to seek and reconstruct truth, Ada's function is more creative. Ada builds narratives and stories, histories of the grid, and premonitions of where it might go next. Her work is inspiring and terrifying. The power in this room is infinite. You hope she takes her role seriously. The users may have left us long ago, but for programs like Prince, their presence is a truth beyond criticism or question. He is a zealot, and that zealotry makes him as fascinating as he is dangerous. Faith is an unpredictable directive, and one which you find unsettling. Watch this one closely. There's no telling which path he may walk down. So it looks like, in terms of locations and stuff, we are locked within this tower, unless there are more stories after this one. But I'm okay with that, because it's still quite a lot to go through, there's a lot to explore, and, you know, we've been at this for 2 hours already, and we've not got that far into the game, because we keep stopping to talk about things and just enjoying what's there. So I'm happy with that. Really nice design on Ada. A major unaddressed problem of training AI on random user data is that it will train the AI towards the lowest common denominator and or loudest minority. Exactly, Modhail. These book slots remind me of the Jedi Temple. They are kind of Jedi Temple-y, aren't they? She looks like an Asari from Mass Effect. She does, I was going to say that as well, Cole. She's got a very Asari kind of vibe going on. You brought a friend, Grish? A program stands next to you, glowing white like the room around her. You enjoy my garden? An intriguing detail. She smiles. Oh, she pretty. She is. She's beautiful. Wonder if the devs, designers were cheeky and hid something in the barcode, like arrangement of the books. Oh, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? She smiles like me. Unknowable permutations of intriguing detail. She kneels down, checking the levels of a tiny plant at her feet. She turns each over in her fingertips, inspecting them in turn. Content, she stands up, smiling again. Grish smirks. I am Ada. Welcome to my garden. I'm lost! It's beautiful. A different smile, something approaching pride. You have the sense she'd never admit as much, though. Thank you, Query. This is the greatest library on the grid. It is the centrepiece of the repository, the very purpose of its existence. Before you lies the grand total knowledge from nearly 2,000 cycles of our society. From the founders to this moment, all of it pristine. Ada walks over to a tree, grand and towering. She reaches out a hand, brushes a leaf, letting its energy fizzle at her touch. A crackle of utter sonic complexity. Mass Effect does have tinges of Tron in their clothing and armor designs. Yeah, it does. Makes sense. ME1 took a fuck ton of design cues from 80s sci-fi. Yeah, and Tron was the 80s sci-fi for some people. Like, I know there was a lot of really good quality 80s sci-fi on TV, but in terms of films, Tron was something special for a lot of folks, especially computer nerds. There was nothing like it, and there never had been, and to be honest with you, other than other things within the Tron universe, I don't think there's ever been anything quite like it since. Except for maybe Narita Boy. But that's why I love Narita Boy so much, because it's a love note to things like Tron. This is so beautiful. It's just such a beautifully designed game. You've seen trees before, I imagine. Of course. Do you know what they are? That's a good question. I don't know how trees in the grid would work. Do they occur naturally like the ISOs do? Or have we created them to mimic the users? I'm gonna guess that we created them. A decoration inspired by the users. They are certainly beautiful, but that's not the whole story. Trees are data, records of our history. Not individuals, but an entire society. They are our memory, at a cultural level. Oh, that's really neat. I like that. That really plays into the idea of... So, speaking about neural networks, funnily enough, trees and fungus operate in a neural network type way. So trees within a forest will communicate with each other via their roots. They have the history of the land that they grow in almost imprinted into their DNA. And of course, the rings of a tree are often used to denote the age of the tree, as Pudlord has mentioned there. And then if you think about the way we talk about things like family trees as well, they're used pictorially within our own society to think about our familial history, but can also be used to think about societal history and the way different families and societies connect to one another. So having them be an actual data store in this universe is a fantastic idea. Oh, hello, Destroyer. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well today. We're waxing lyrical about fake trees. I am having so much fun playing this for you all and getting to chat with you about all of this stuff. I hope you're having fun too. I know I'm going to have to stop at some point because otherwise I'll just play the entire game and I won't have a break between streams today, which isn't good for me. But I'm having so much fun. This is great crack. I'm so glad, Pudlord. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Went for my first bike ride since my crash 2 weeks ago. Safe to say my left knee is bike ready. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Destroyer. I am functioning within acceptable parameters, but this and streaming it for you all and getting to chat with you about stuff and just be excited about Tron and the way that the universe is being evolved through this game is really perking me up. I understand you work with identity discs as part of your investigations. Has the similarity between these forms and that of the data you see in your travels never struck you as interesting? She pulls her hand away from the leaf. Your order, the DOT. You do not interfere. You seek truth, but seek to have no impact in the worlds you investigate. The echoes of your kind in my garden are quieter than most. You believe her. It is as intended. I have questions. I'm sure you do. Ask them. Take your time. And then, I have someone to introduce you to. Remember why we're here, program. Alright, Grish, calm down. At multiple points in your investigation, you'll have the opportunity to dig deeper via investigation choices, marked with a magnifying glass. Take your time to ask as many as you like, then move on. Oh, that's nice. I like the way the game introduces new mechanics as well. Like, it gives you a little bit of breathing time with a new mechanic before it forces a new one on you. I was expecting shelves, books. A laugh. As with Prince's shelves of user entertainments, I don't blame you. So much of our world is contextualized via the users and their arcane and oblique practices. I've been speaking to my guest at length on the topic. It is an irony that they had to cut down their trees and transform them into books. Our method is lossless. We do love lossless books. Now my knee is better, I need my Quake skill to get better. I'm doing abysmally in the current Duel season. Oh no, Destroyer, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, wishing you luck with your Quake season. I'm sure you'll kick butt. Every time I've lurked in one of your Quake streams, you've been doing really well, so... Lossless media files are the best media files, agreed. Oh, I may have woke Slow up with my excitement. Sorry if I woke you up, Slow. I got excited about Tron. You've seen the best bits, fair play, Destroyer. Tattooed dead tree skins that make you hallucinate vividly. Books are fucking metal. Yes, they are. Hugs for Slow. Pudlord sends you hugs. No, not Pudlord, Penguin. Penguin sends you hugs. Why did I say Pudlord? I'm so sorry, Penguin. Brain squish. No worries, Destroyer. You enjoy your time in the Lurkers Lounge. And best of luck. Oh, a posture check. Thank you very much. Modhail also sends hugs. And now Pudlord also sends hugs. Hugs for you, Slow. Oh, right. I'm gonna have a little stretch as well because I'm feeling a bit crunchy. Hey, what's up? Oh, hang on a second, folks. There's a possibility Slow is allergic to Porthos. That's not great. Hey, buddy. Okay, where were we? How long does it take to read the data? To learn to read the data? How long did you take to learn to read the data of an identity disk? To guide programs to the truths they already knew? It takes many cycles to study, but you don't learn much before you find yourself in the field. No, they're not strong enough. I keep doing it. What is wrong with me? They're not strong enough, Penguin. Slow's already on double the standard antihistamine dose and has like antihistamine cream for his hands, and still not working. But we don't officially know what's causing it, so you need to go and get like an allergy screening. Precisely. It is the same with my work. As with many things, the library has no value without the one who can use it. If trees occur naturally, then why have a garden? She nods, respecting the question. It is one she has been asked before. Screening will help. It's not like you'll be want for dog hair samples. Yeah. The thing is, he's a fairly hypoallergenic dog because he's a short-haired dog. He doesn't shed that much. And Slow has been fine up until like the last year or so. But you can develop allergies over time, so... we'll find out. Is it not saliva that's the allergen? It is for cats. It could be, but... I don't know. We'll find out.
Did you hear that?
What?
No.
Sorry, Slow just appeared in my doorway and went, "Did you hear that?" No, I can hear Tron music. Okay, where were we? The data of the trees in the wild is rich. They capture all around them, but the noise is also chaotic, unguided, raucous even. In my library, I can cultivate the data, refine it, prune it. I can find the truth and preserve it for future generations. I like how her colour depends on the light. Changes depending on the lights and angles. Against a bright background, it's purple. Dark, it's blue. In her face, and it looks white. Yeah. Bonsai books, yes. That sounds like an enormous task. Ada exhales, almost a chuckle. It is. But I have time. Hang on a second. There is an ice cream van somewhere on the estate, and it has the most haunting melody. Like, I just heard it over the Tron music very briefly there and was like, what the f- It was an ice cream van.
Oh, fuck.
It's fucking spooky, wasn't it?
Yes.
In the garden, we control what knowledge makes it to the future. Yes, exactly. It is, but I have time and relatively few interruptions until tonight. I am grateful to do what I love. You scream, we scream, the ghost screams for ice cream. Bravo, Cole. You believe her. I know my role. Any memory loss? She looks confused. Watching too many horror films with creepy nursery rhymes. It wasn't a nursery rhyme jingle, that's the thing. It was actually, it tied in really well with the music that was playing before, when Slow heard it before, which is why I didn't hear it. But the second time it was just sort of out of sync with the music. But it didn't say, it wasn't a nursery rhyme, it was something else. Any memory loss? I don't remember. Yeah. Fucking mood. There seems to be some of it going around. Maybe linked to the explosion? No, nothing. Maybe we were insulated from the bulk of it. The trees blocked the storm. Not all of them survived, though. Some of my saplings, the recent and obscure, seem to have been shattered by the force of the explosion. I may be able to rebuild, replant, but I am sure we have lost a great deal. You don't have backups? She shakes her head. Oh, that sucks. This is why you should always back up and have a restore point for your data, folks. Just in case of explosions in the grid. Stopping by with Doggo update. Doggo is clean and has received treats, but also gave me a good showering, so I need to wash off Doggo water. Oh no, hands. Well, enjoy your washing off of Doggo water, and thank you for the update. The one in my area does the Just One Cornetto jingle. Oh, that would be really cool. The one at our old place did green sleeves. I wonder what kind of explosions damage data. Electromagnetic ones. Or, you know, actual ones that are near enough to the source of the data. Spontaneous hard drive suicide, yeah. Been there, mod hell. One near me used to do the A-Team theme. Oh, that's fab. Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen out and see what the one round here does. Like, properly next time. Oh, shit. Speaking of, incongruous noises, for those of you in the UK with a mobile phone that has a SIM card in it, you may want to turn it off for the next sort of 45 minutes or so. Approximately 3 PM today, the UK government is testing the emergency alarm notification system that they've set up because of what's going on in the world. And any mobile phone with a SIM card in it that's connected to the SIM network, as it were, will receive a test notification that they're using to make sure that it's working. It will be a loud noise, will last for a few seconds, and then will stop, and that is at 3 PM today. My phone is already switched off. I decided to switch it off before the stream. Yeah, that's not going to be fun. The last thing I wanted was for you poor fuckers, there we go, to have to listen to it through the stream as well as getting it on your own devices, but I'm warning you, for anyone that doesn't deal well with loud noises, that's based in the UK, that is happening. I don't know about iPhones, but on Android you can turn off emergency alerts. So in iPhones, I think you can turn it off, but this one is locked in with the most recent update. Or something like that. So you were supposed to turn off auto updates before today, which I didn't. Hello Buff, welcome on in, I hope you're doing well today. Seeing if I can keep toast down. Oh no, have you not been very well? I hope you manage it, and that you're able to eat properly later. Watch the UK do an amazing job and send the signal to all the phones in the US. Well, I heard that apparently in Florida they tested their emergency signal system at 4 AM local time. So, to any Floridians in chat, I bet that was fun. It is. It's the equivalent to the emergency broadcast system that they have in the States, Sinister. Yeah. Oh, Buff, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully it was only a one-day thing and you'll be better today. But yeah, this has been your reminder that the emergency alerting system, I think it's called in the UK, is being tested at 3 PM today. For anyone that needs to turn their devices off or turn the alerts off in their settings if they can. I know there's been a lot of notifications on Twitter about it for people in situations where they've got a secret second phone because of domestic violence. But I know there's a lot of folks out there that don't deal well with sudden, unexpected loud noises for other reasons that might want to not have to deal with it as well, which is why I'm alerting you to it. Yes, he is Mod Hale. He is deliberately doing it to piss people off. He's only given it out to 3 people as far as I'm aware. William Shatner, Stephen King, and I believe exactly, Cole. That's why I'm doing it. I know we have a lot of autistic folks in the community and folks that are somewhere upon that spectrum. That may not deal well with a loud noise just happening out of their phone for no fucking reason, which is why I'm notifying everyone about it. Yeah, so he's given it to Stephen King, William Shatner, and I think I can't remember who the third person is, but it's because they spoke out against the idea of paying for verification, and I think he was trying to get them into trouble with their audiences, and it did not go very well for him. Drill very quickly found out that changing your handle removes the tick, so every time it gets re-added, 10 plus times now, he changes his handle instantly. Amazing. Huh. Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? That would be illegal. Core demand that all curated data remain here, in the library, accessible to them when desired. To take anything out of the building would be a crime. A pause. I'm sorry for my outburst. It is a blessing you are here tonight. Flynn be thanked. Let's move on. As you wish. The librarian motions towards the centre of the library. A platform juts out into the humid air. Please follow me to the observation deck. Both of you. Because we accepted Grish's help. But crimes are illegal. Who would do them? I think Terry Pratchett too, really? Ooh, that's really skeezy. Criminals, I guess. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's everyone over 1 million followers now, including memorial accounts to the dead like Chadwick Boseman. Oof. Yeah, no, I don't like that. That's... I think Mellon realised that people who dislike him have developed apps to auto-block all blue ticks and wanted to wreck some people's reach. Yeah. That's exactly what it was. Me, I do crimes. I mean, what? Plead the fifth. Yeah, exactly, Cole. We've done nothing. None of us have done anything. Ever. As you walk, she explains. Under normal circumstances, this is a space of tranquility. The observation deck provides a place to meditate, to consider the knowledge collected here. To knock on the sky, listen to the sound. Ah, a student of Flynn? Some truths transcend the speaker. So, knock on the sky and listen to the sound is something that Flynn says in the films, for those that haven't seen them. So, throwing that quote in there is good when you're talking to devout programs. as she seems to be. Indeed, you're in the right place. You continue walking. A bright energy field surrounds the end of the platform. Ada notes your reaction. A safety measure, under normal circumstances. It would be unfortunate to fall from the perch. Yeah, that's fair. Grish smiles. And a perfect prison under irregular circumstances. You are now close enough to see that the energy field has an occupant. An exceptionally tall figure, sitting, cross-legged in its centre. I will leave you alone with him. I encourage you to be respectful. This is, after all, an ambassador. A guest in my garden. Ooh, magenta. Yes. Getting all the colours out there. A traitor in our midst. Ada winces. Oh, we can spin it round quite far. That's neat. Look at that. Still can't see their face, though. My guest, Grish. No, it's not slow. Too bold to be slow. Yeah, the paying for blue ticks thing has caused no end of issues. Do a Tronscape. Okay, I'm going to quickly look at this before we carry on. I don't normally, but it's related to the stream, so we'll do it. Oh, that's beautiful, Pudlord. Lovely stuff. Great work. Grish gestures her away. The man in the energy field looks up as you approach. Sad eyes peer out from a strangely pale face, faceted and lit by two bright eyes. It is a timeless face, and one you instinctively know has seen a great deal. They look so sad. It's an engineer from Prometheus. Greetings, programs. Sierra, the automata do not allow your kind within their territory, so your knowledge of the sprawl is limited. You don't begrudge them their privacy, but the alien nature of their society makes reading Sierra challenging. Locked up by Grish upon the discovery of a crime, Sierra is understandably frustrated. But is this frustration in the face of a false accusation, or at being caught? Sierra 117 reporting, yeah. Didn't someone pretend to be Lockheed Martin and admit to war crimes? Yes, they did. Grish sneers. How are you holding up? As well as can be expected. I would prefer to be elsewhere, of course. I should introduce myself. I am Sierra, ambassador for the automata. I am pleased to make your acquaintance. God, they are really tall, aren't they? Look at how big they are in comparison to us. Lanky lot. Yeah, a little bit. Good design. Yeah, definitely. I'm Query of the DOT. I've been asked to investigate events tonight. I've been told that you are a criminal, but I will form my own opinion. You have my word. Exclamation mark prize should be able to tell you that. It's a copy of Payday 2. There is a link to the page if you're unsure of what that is as well. You nod respectfully. Thank you for doing the prize command, Tids. Much appreciated. Grish grimaces, unimpressed. I don't care what you think, Grish. Innocent until proven guilty, asshat. Sierra smiles. You find yourself fascinated by the structure and patterning of his face. The way it contorts in a flawed attempt to mimic a very user expression. You try not to stare. Oh, as a reminder, if you already own Payday 2 but you know somebody that you would want to give a copy of it to, you will be receiving a code if you win, so you can just give it to somebody else. Frankly, as long as it goes to a person who wants to play it or will use it, I'm happy. I don't think I run Payday 2. As in, you don't think your machine can run it, or... I think it... Yeah, I don't think I can run it. Are you on a laptop or a desktop? Because depending on the age of the laptop, it might be difficult if it's a laptop. But Payday 2 is a fairly old game now. Ooh, I am so fidgety today. Sorry, folks. I've been having a lot of trouble with my knees. So I keep fidgeting and like bending and unbending them. I've got a footrest built into my chair. So I'm just switching between having them planted on the floor and having them on the footrest. But there's not a lot of space under my desk for me to do that. So I have to fidget a lot. Stutter's playing Space Marine 1. Oof. I'm sorry to hear that. The Steam page usually has the minimum specs, so you could always take a look on the Steam page and see if you meet the minimum specs. He notices. Am I your first automata query? Yes. I'm sorry for staring. He looks at you quizzically. It can be strange to be exposed to the new. The automata have kept to ourselves for some time. It's reasonable that the rest of society would be surprised by our appearance. In truth, I am proud of the difference. We choose not to look like the users of myth, but walk our own path. I stared only because you look transcendent. Hey, jumpsuit, welcome in. Getting Narita Boy vibes from this meditating guy. That does not surprise me. A big influence of Narita Boy is actually TRON. TRON is a film, and then another film and a TV series that is very, very close to my heart and was a big reason why I backed Narita Boy on Kickstarter, because there are some out-and-out references to TRON in the original Narita Boy promotional material. The biggest one being the image of him holding the techno sword up like this. So in the original movie poster for the first TRON film from 1982, Dragon Kirill 13, thank you very much for the follow. Kiri, okay. Kiri, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on in. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, so original 1982 TRON movie poster. TRON, the titular character, is on the front cover, holding up his disc like this. And there is a beam of light coming out of the top of the disc. It's a very iconic image. And the original promotional material for Narita Boy has him holding the techno sword up in the exact same way. And I saw that and went, these folks have watched TRON and they're big fans, I can tell. I'm going to enjoy this. And I went and looked at the Kickstarter page as a result of that, and I backed it immediately. So yeah, you will probably get a lot of Narita Boy vibes from this because of it being a Tron game, and because of how closely linked the aesthetics of the two are. Bruce Boxleitner played 2 amazing sci-fi characters and has an awesome name. Agreed, Cole. Fantastic name. Thank you. This is only a pale approximation of my true form. However, among your kind, I do what I can to approach the aesthetics of a user. I've been told it makes you more comfortable to be reminded of your myths. His smile broadens. Let's get to the matter at hand. My crimes. Grish steps forward. My only experience with Tron is the Tron world in Kingdom Hearts 2 and Tron Legacy. You are the second person to say that today, Jumpsuit, and do not worry about it at all. Tron Legacy is a fantastic sequel to the original Tron. And whilst I personally adore the original just as much as I adore Legacy, I know some people that didn't see it when they were younger or when it came out are probably a little bit more put off by it because of the fact that it was made in 1982 and is very of its time graphically speaking, and was done on a low budget as well, but I think it's still a beautiful film with that in mind. Biblically accurate Sierra. Yeah, I'd like to see what biblically accurate Sierra looks like as well. I like the idea that humans are almost mythical in this world. Yeah, so because it's been so long since Flynn was actually in the grid, a lot of programs have gone back to the idea that users don't actually exist, that they're a fairy tale. Those that met Flynn or that have been impacted by him still believe, but a lot of programs think that there are no users out there, which is how it was in the original Tron. So before Flynn got zapped into the grid in original Tron, there's a lot of discussion about whether the users really exist or not. So are automata like the ISOs, but being from a different server, they never met Flynn and weren't influenced by him? Mostly just wondering. Potentially, yeah. We don't really know much about them yet. I suppose we'll find out as we travel through the game. They're like Jedi, only took one generation for everyone to think that they were fairy tales. Yeah, exactly. Freemasons had a stall with the hashtag "We're here for good." Flinfluenced? Sometimes I'm not even sure I exist, and I am me. Fucking mood mod hell.
Serious?
Tad ominous, a little bit cypher, yeah. Okay, because we accepted Grish's help, Grish steps forward. You know what you did. Grish, do you even know what you're accusing me of? Grish tightens, his frustration growing. Directness seems to be the best path. Did you cause the explosion, Sierra? Sierra smirks sarcastically. Everyone is sassing the security guy, and I fucking love it. Of course I did. Sierra smirks sarcastically. Of course I did. I did a little arson, and then immediately made myself available for your friend and his charming team. I respect Sierra's sass. Yeah, me too. Grish's fists tighten. A flash of light plays across his eyes. Tell the truth, liar. Oh, fucking hell, look how tall he is! Like, it was one thing to know that he was taller than them sat down, but now, bloody Nora. He's a big bugger, isn't he? The prisoner stands. Slowly. He is a giant, almost twice your height. He looms over you. There is great strength there, but also a gentleness to his posture, his movements. Really folded those legs in to sit. He did, yeah. He did the classic if I fits I sits kind of situation there and just melded himself into a little ball. But god damn those leggies. Big boy. You charmed Sierra. Fuck yeah. I'm charming, me. See? Sierra would be a cat. Oh yes. I am not your enemy, Query. And I don't believe you are mine either. I will happily answer your questions if you return to me. I will help in every way I can, but I fear I am as ignorant as anybody else here. I think that may have been a pot shot. Yes, it was. Oh, look at his hands. We can actually see his hands properly now as well. So he sort of approximated the look of a user. Rod themselves to take up less space, yes. Perfect. I think Sierra was sitting down to make you feel comfortable. Yes, I mean, that is quite an unnerving amount of person to find. Points in finger guns. He points at Grish. But that one cannot join us again. His mind is locked on target. He will not find your real culprit for you. Sierra turns his back to you. Your conversation is over. For the time being. That is a glorious view. Like, they've put a lot of thought into the way they've composed these scenes, and I am fucking here for it. Yes, jumpsuit. Odd that the cell is upstairs rather than down, indeed. Ooh. You're hearing that? That's good. That's some good shit right there. This music is so good. I want the soundtrack for this. Maybe time to visit the scene of the crime. The vault. I really like the music for this game. It's good stuff. Okay. So this is our last location that we can visit at the moment. Ooh, you bugger. A memory of great energy hangs in the air. Jeez, oh. This is a mess. The vault, what's left of it at least, is incredible. Hot red light permeates every corner, highlighting the blue cracks and damage of the explosion. The heat of that light is matched only by the cold of the wind blowing through from outside. In the place of the vault, interior, is the gaping wound of the blast. The light of the city outside is weightless. We need an ambassador unit, Sierra. I am a unit. Really fucking is. Hey, Slow. Everybody. Slow brought me gyoza. So I'm gonna eat some gyoza before they go cold. Thank you, Slow. I ate the rest of them. Ah, I see. This is the I'm sorry I ate all the gyoza. Cool. Gyoza for breakfast is the best. Bye, Slow. Thank you. I'm gonna quickly eat some gyoza before they go cold. So I'm gonna mute, which means I can't read anything on the screen for a minute. But let's just enjoy the atmosphere whilst I shovel food into my face. Also, have some Porthos cam. And that is my gyoza eaten. Thank you for your patience while I shoved food into my gob. Yeah. This whole game is your exact vibe, isn't it? Yes, Sinister, you are not wrong. There is a reason I was so excited to play this. Like I said before, I've always been a big fan of Tron. I was brought up with a love of Tron because it was a film that my dad loved. And I watched it with him. We're actually not that far from the anniversary of my dad's passing, so playing something that I know he would have loved and that I could have shared with him this close to his anniversary is kind of a nice feeling as well. Not trying to bring the stream down at all, because for me at this point, talking about it is very bittersweet. Hobby, how do you eat faster than the resident Italian? I am a trash panda. I am a trash gremlin. I eat very fast. Also, I didn't want to keep you folks waiting any longer than necessary. And I was hungry. Thank you for the Porthos cam, Happy Papa. Yeah, he's sleeping right now. He's being a good boy. Yeah. So, it'll be 23 years on Wednesday since my dad passed. And Tron was a thing that I kind of shared with him. It's one of the few connections I have with him. So, getting to share this with you all today is very special in a number of ways. Not just because I love it, and you folks are clearly enjoying it, but because it's something special for me too. What is in gyoza? Well, it depends on the specific variety of gyoza, but it's usually a meat. Duck, chicken, pork are the common ones. With some shredded vegetables. A little bit of cabbage normally. Again, it depends on what meat you've got in there as to what vegetables will be in there. But it will usually be like a little bit of shredded cabbage. Maybe some very finely shredded carrot as well. In a very light, sort of thin flour casing. They're very tasty. So when you're cooking them properly, you fry them for a little bit, and then you sort of half steam, half boil them. And they come out a little bit crunchy because of where they've been fried. 5 minutes to the emergency alert test. Thank you for the reminder there, Cypher. This is your 5-minute warning for folks in the UK that the UK government is testing their emergency alert broadcasting system on mobile phones that haven't had the alerts turned off or that aren't switched off. This will go off if your phone is set to silent. If you do not do well with sudden loud noises, now is a good time to turn your phone off for a bit. I think it will also play out on any tablet devices that have a SIM card in. Basically anything that's got an active SIM card in is subject to these alerts. It's a dumpling, yeah. They're Japanese dumplings. I am a bit of a dumpling appreciator. It doesn't really matter where they've come from. Gyoza are one of my favourite foods. But I also really love vareniki, which is Ukrainian dumplings. You may also know them as pierogi, which is the Polish name for them. Though they are cooked slightly differently when they're pierogi. Yeah, I like dumplings. Dumplings are cool. It's like an entire meal in a tiny little package. Now I want a pasty. Pasty's also fucking great. Okay, let's get back to some more Tron, shall we? Now that I've had a little snack. Oh, Cole mentioned something about Hobby's part trash hamster and pouches the food for later digestion, not canonical. We could totally add that to the lore command. Where is it? I kind of like how Legacy's idea that everything that isn't shaped is instead this unformed storm connect to the world through rain versus most sci-fi's idea that the entirety of cyberspace is usually a building or other shielding architecture around the environment. Yeah, same, Cole. It's another thing that I've always really appreciated about the Tron universe is that it accepts the fact that cyberspace is evolving almost constantly, and that evolution's got to come from somewhere and it's got to go somewhere. Buildings don't evolve unless you force them to. I return and I am completely lost. Hello, Hans. Welcome in. So, we are investigating a burglary. Somebody has come into this archive and blown up the vault and taken something. But nobody in the building knows what has been taken. Because nobody in the building is allowed inside the vault that was broken into. So, we have interrogated a visiting foreign dignitary who has been arrested. They took our browser history. Oh no. Not the porn. We've interrogated a visiting foreign dignitary who has been accused of committing the crime by this guy over here, who is the security guard, and doesn't trust foreigners. Shock horror. And now we're investigating the actual scene of the crime. Slumped in the corner, you see the only other program present. A guard. An exhausted face looks up and back at you. Their clothes are more ornate than Grish's. This isn't one of his guards. A core honor guard, maybe. Distrust of foreigners is like week 2 of training. Hey, Slow.
Test was a minute early.
Oh, the test was a minute early. I hope everyone was okay. Oh, I thought you were going to grab the plate as well.
Oh, I can do that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go. I have a need for conch.
Oh no. Slow and his conch addiction. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I hope everyone's okay. And that the alert going off a minute early didn't bother anybody. You should be safe to turn your phones back on now, which I am going to do with mine because mine's been switched off since the beginning of the stream. Having to compose my go live tweet on actual Twitter instead of phone Twitter. Ugh, it's horrid. Horror writers assigned to FBI Watcher. I wish they searched for porn. Yeah. Didn't get it here, really? Huh, interesting. It's Prince's niche porn collection, though, to be honest, he strikes me as the sort to store porn on his desktop in a folder marked not porn. No, I don't know. I think he'd display it on, like, he'd have it on his shelf with an artistic cover. Oh, no, it's still going off, apparently. Sorry, folks. Okay, so everybody's getting it at different times. Great. Slow got his before I got mine. If you haven't already had yours, it's probably going to be in the next half hour or so. I guess they're going by service provider? Or something like that, because Slow and I are on different service providers. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. Okay, where were we? What happened? A good question. You turn to Grish. This will be delicate. It will. You lead. Now, I think if I'd told him to hang back there, he would have got pissy and followed me anyway. approaching him like that about it because of the way he is. I thought that was a better approach. Prince, I'm very proud of my pawn. Everyone in the room. Yeah, exactly. Like, Prince strikes me as the kind of program that would be like, behold, user art, with like the worst possible, cheapest made bad porn, and just being like, yes, a user made this. It is beautiful. It is art. It is sacred. Nope, that's a penis. I mean, a penis can be art. A penis can be beautiful, but you know what I mean. Yes, Cole. Exactly, Tids. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Whatever they were gardening's gone. They didn't talk much after the explosion. I left them here to recover. He stands back by the door as you approach. Hey, what's your name? It's only now that you realise, looking at the guard, how young they are. Their hair and uniform are pretty messed up. But this guard isn't more than a kid. Can I just take a moment to say I really appreciate the fact that they've gone with a neutral pronoun here instead of assuming gender? Like, we've gone through and every character so far has been identified as a binary gender, which is fine, we're good with that. But we don't know this person, we don't know their name. Correction, we don't know this program, we don't know their name, and we don't know how they identify. So the game has taken that into consideration and gone, we'll go with they, them. This is good shit. This is how it should be. A kid left to guard something worth destroying this vault over. I'm Query, a DOT. I'm here to help. I'm a program and my name is Anakin. Okay. Am I in trouble? Not at all. Oh, good. This is going nowhere fast. The guard needs help. Likely this close to the blast, their entire memory is locked out. Oh, look at this. Oh, another vault. The repository is filled with vaults like this one, stacked on top of each other. Unimaginable treasures reside in each. Suppressed knowledge, dangerous truths, and even more dangerous programs. You were trained to seek information, to reveal. This place represents everything you are not. The explosion has temporarily allowed you a little light in. And that may not be a bad thing. You wonder what they were after. You wonder if they got it. Below, you spot another vault among many. There's no telling how many are stowed away in this space. What could be in each of them? Core have kept a tight lid on the innovation and free thinking for hundreds of cycles. The detective in your code aches to uncover their mysteries. You wonder how and why the thief chose to steal the contents of this specific vault. What made them overlook the one above? Inside knowledge? A blind guess? Ah, Microsoft Explorer is in one of those. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and play this another time, either on or off stream, just so that I can get an insight into what the other trees are gonna look like for characters. This is cool. You open it up and you hear, "It looks like you're trying to steal from a vault. Would you like some help with that?" They've released Clippy. Oh, Clippy can stay in the fucking vault. You kneel down in front of them, gesture towards the identity disc on their back. "I'm Query, a DOT. You said that already. I did. If you'll let me, I can skim your disc, help you put some of the details together. Maybe start to figure out what happened here." Okay. They understand. You reach over, take their disc. Time to make some connections. It's defragging time, everybody. Okay, so we need to get this down to 2. Blocker errors are temporary cards which take up space. Work around them. Ah, that's what these are. Okay. Ah, I see. If you're lucky, blockers may turn a gap of 2 cards into a gap of 3. Cool, cool. If you'd like to skip a defrag puzzle, you can do so from the pause screen. Okay, we don't want to do that. I keep expecting this to go into Barbara O'Reilly. It does sound a little bit like that, doesn't it? Apparently if your phone is old, it won't work. Ah, okay then. I guess that's a good thing, in a way. No. Shit. There we go. Got an old burner, so it probably isn't going to work. Okay, cool. That's good. I mean, depending on your opinion there. But like, as an annoying noise thingy, at least you're not going to get the annoying noise. Distractions. The program sat in the branches of a tree, looking down to their friend. Cass, what are you doing? Cass was sitting at the tree's roots, fiddling with some fallen data shards, looking at them intently. Cass. Cass looked up from their twigs, locking eyes with their friend in the tree. A smile passed between them, and then Cass returned to their twigs, observing their digital nuance, pondering it. You replaced the disc on the guard's back. When you met this program, you knew nothing of them. Some programs are mysterious by choice. Others have mystery forced upon them by circumstance. There are truths to be uncovered here, and perhaps good reasons why those truths have been suppressed until now. Your new friend could be the key to tonight's events. Are they the victim, a participant, or something else? So, this is Cass. And they appear to be non-binary, as we've not been given any indication to the contrary. So I'm happy to stick with that. I should be off proper now and make myself coffee and then some food. No worries at all, Hans. Thank you so much for being here today. It's been lovely to have you. I hope you enjoy your coffee and your food. Take care. It's a start. You smile and help Cass to their feet. What do you remember? They squint, considering. I think they're yellow, aren't they? Though they do look kind of, sort of... I don't know what to call that colour, to be honest with you. It's like off-white. A digital human analog that isn't binary. Hey! Well done, Motto. Beige. Yeah, it is kind of beige, isn't it? Not much. I remember the explosion. Energy and light all around me for a microcycle. And then... you. You look out at the gaping void of the vault, and the city lights beyond. Do you remember anything else? Anything at all? Cass steps over to look out over the city with you. Like what? Program? Anyone else here before the explosion? Cass considers. I don't remember anyone. I was alone before it happened, I think. It's hazy. I'm trying to be helpful, I swear. It all just keeps slipping through my fingers. The explosion fried their memories. You'll need to come back, work through this with them. Your only witness barely remembers anything beyond their name. Do you have any questions for me? 1. What's DOT? You chuckle. You've never been asked that before. Saying DOT tends to make programs less talkative, if anything. I'm a detective. I solve mysteries. Cass looks at you quizzically. And you're here to solve the mystery of... me? I hope so. That seems to satisfy them. I will get to the truth of this. It is my only function. I will find out what happened here. You walk back towards the door. Grish is waiting for you. Tough kid. Indeed. I've always admired the Corps Honor Guard. Ruthlessly efficient. Best on the grid. You note Grish's respect. Not something you've seen much of tonight. You hope it's well placed. We should move on. He's right. It's time. It's time to hear Prince's views on all of this. Oh. Oh, sorry. Needed a big stretch. The office is still as grand and impressive as it was the last time you were here. You and Grish approach. A silent nod indicates that your colleague wants you to take the lead again. Prince stands at the window. As you approach, he turns. Kid's gonna be a secret badass. I hope so. A smile of recognition. Welcome back, program. How are things? A shrug. I fear things have continued to slide in your absence. I find myself increasingly forgetful. Some kind of lasting symptom of the explosion, you think? That seems to be the case. I've heard. I find it profoundly unsettling. To be myself, but also to have parts missing. I am a program that prides myself on my memory, my user-given... No. I go too far. I thank the users for my gifts, of course. Prinz looks out the window. Tonight, I am jealous of the programs out there who continue their ebb and flow untouched by what has happened here. How many programs function entirely in the dark? How many remain ignorant? So peaceful. Then teach them. A smirk. Turns out what was in the vault was Microsoft Drive Optimizer. Yeah. And how would I do that? Meet them where they are. Down there. I can't remember the last time I walked the streets of this city. Prinz wobbles slightly, imperceptibly. Grish notices. Are you alright, Administrator? He straightens. Of course. I'm just a little off balance from tonight's events. I find it hard to focus on the detective's points and questions. I've forgotten so much from earlier. You can help, program? I can? Then do it, please. Help me put things back together a little. Prinz takes the disc from his back, hands it to Grish, who hands it to you. Ooh, more colours this time. Oh, you bugger, that's a big memory. Lock errors are obtuse. They lock cards from being moved or cleared. Oh, okay. You cannot do anything with locked cards until your next move. Okay. Alright. They can't go over the top of the disc, so we can't go that way. Oh, that's not far enough over. That is, though. Go. Oops. Oh, actually. Go that way. Clear 5 cards of the same suit consecutively. I don't think I can do that with those. Oh, I'm one off. That's too far away. What a pity. No, that's too far away. And now it's locked. Great. No, it's too far. Keeps locking me out of the ones I want to use. I don't know if this is going to work out in the end, but we'll see. There we go. Did it. A new rubric. The orange light of the administrator fizzled, blinking occasionally. Common for programs of his advanced age. His voice croaked as he asked his last question. Do you understand? He fiddled with the light rings on his fingers as Prinz considered everything he'd been told. He had studied under his mentor for 100 cycles, learning everything that could be learned about the repository and its many functions. In every sense that mattered, he did indeed understand. He also understood that the administrator hated him. That ego and pride would never allow him to accept Prinz as his successor. He was old and fat and utterly useless, taking up space. Space that Prinz had earned many times over. It was in that moment that Prinz decided to de-res his mentor at the earliest opportunity. He knew his function. Told you there was something sus about Prinz, didn't I? Ah! Program memory bloat, indeed. Fun lad, Prinz, isn't he? He's lovely. Absolute bloody delight. Through dead program's pointy shoes, this one. You hand the disc back to Grish, who replaces it on Prinz's back. Prinz stretches, rolling his neck, and smiles to himself. Yes, he did buff. Or at least wanted to. Ah, that's better. He turns to face you. So, what is your conclusion in this case? It's too early to say. Yes, quite. I respect your discretion in the matter. How long does this usually take? As long as it takes. What's your tone, program? Prinz tightens. Time is short, and it is important that your work here is swift. I am of course comfortable to answer any questions you may have of me, or Grish here, before you resume your investigation. Ask as many as you like. How long before the explosion did Cass arrive with the item for storage? Barely enough time for us to register the arrival of our systems. Whoever did this, they knew ahead of time. They planned this. I don't think Prinz is dumb enough to commit murder with his own hands. No, I don't think so either. It's not good. Points to someone with information about our procedures. Oh, it's far worse than that. It implies the involvement of someone with information about the procedures of core. Prinz winces. Whoever did this knows more about the comings and goings of our vault than I do. Why hide away all this information? Did Ada not give you her usual speech about pruning and refining information? Prinz smiles. We don't hide anything. We maintain society via careful control of data. It requires a delicate and respectful touch. They're the Ministry of Truth, basically. There is information that can kill, program. That doesn't sit well with you. No worries, Jumpsuit. You take care, and I hope you have a wonderful lunch with your friends and a wonderful rest of your day. I'm glad you've had a good time here. I'll see you soon. Slippery slope there, and you're near the bottom. Yeah, a little bit. Prinz did it using a third party who used Cass as an unwitting patsy. Yeah, that seems very likely, doesn't it? How will Sierra's fellow programs react to his imprisonment? Prinz laughs. Not well, I imagine. As you no doubt gathered from your conversation with him, his kind, the automata, stand directly opposed to the sanctity of our civilization. They blaspheme and they mock. They bring nothing to back up their outlandish claims. They refuse the existence of the users, but can provide no evidence of their absence. It's infuriating. Prinz shrinks back a little from his tirade. More of his kind every day, making demands of the rest of us. I sincerely hope they are not foolish enough to start a fight over this. You are uncertain of his sincerity. Purely off of vibes, Prinz should be punished. I wonder if Prinz has done this on purpose to start a war with the automata. He's a zealot. We already know he's a zealot. And the automata present a direct conflict to his way of life and his principles. Same brain cell. Yep, that community brain cell is working hard today. It is earning its keep something fucking fierce. Prinz seems very much like that if it isn't how the users made it, it shouldn't exist. Which is interesting with him being an ISO, because he isn't how the users made him either. As you wish. Yeah, I wonder if he's gone too far in the opposite direction, if you know what I mean. Operator Vault, indeed. Prinz sounds like a Christian apologist. A little bit, yeah. Prinz's head tilts slightly to the side, and he raises 2 fingers to his ear. An incoming message. Yes? Where? I see. He looks back at you, a determined flash to his eyes. It would appear we have an issue. Where? Prinz appears shaken. My exterior guards tell me a known criminal has just landed on the building. Her name is Proxy. Have you encountered her before? The name rings a bell. It should. I believe she is wanted for a number of crimes. Some of the worst imaginable. Grish tenses. She's a thief, a pirate, no respect at all for the work done here. Prinz goes to his shelves and begins to pack a few items into a small bag. This is no coincidence. She must surely be involved in the theft tonight. I am moving to a secure location. Grish, you're coming with me. As you wish. Query. For my security, I'm afraid I can't tell you where I'm going. I will still be in the repository, but I will be unavailable for now. He finishes filling the bag up and seals it. I know your order doesn't engage in ongoing events, that you are forbidden from interfering, but I need you to reconsider that oath in service of myself, our work, and call. I need you to go up there and meet this interloper. I need you to find out her involvement in the vault explosion and prevent her from doing any more damage. When the time is right, I will return. I will ask questions. I heard she's a pirate and now I'm interested. That's all I need, for now. I trust you'll make the right decision, if one must be made. He picks up the bag and heads for the elevator. Grish follows behind, disc in hand. She's on the landing pad, Query. I suspect some of your answers are up there with her. Okay. So we're supposed to go up to the landing pad, which is there. But I'm actually going to go back into the admin office and see if he's still there. Prinz wouldn't risk coming back here. Not yet. Which means we should be able to root through his stuff, but it won't let me. Damn it! I want to root through his stuff! Arrgh. He's got an action figure on the shelf. I want to know what it is. Got a distinct feeling you're being left holding the bag as Prinz waltzes off with the prize. It does feel that way, doesn't it? This is all a setup. Prinz seems like one of those people who would deny evidence that proves them wrong, even if it is put right under their nose. Yes. You are not wrong. Okay, so once we've met Proxy, I'll finish up for this stream. A bit musky, you mean? Oh, yes. Four landing pads flank the repository, folding down to allow access to recognizers and light jets. Tonight, Proxy has hacked one to gain access. You wonder how many priceless items have arrived here, shuffled to their vaults in this harsh green light. How many programs have been complicit in this secrecy, shuffling and moving data as they see fit? Secure data crate. Incoming data can be stored or transferred to crates like this for transport to the library or a vault. For convenience, Core will often store data trees and records in crates elsewhere, then transport them via recognizer, carrier ship, or light rail. You've found a lot of clues in the past by skimming these crates. Programs can be careless with the amount of data they leave lying around. In this case, it's unlikely that you'll find anything of value. Whatever happened here, happened recently. The information you need is held by the witnesses and programs around you. The landing pad juts out of the side of the repository, like a grid bug clinging unsteadily to a mountain. I want to know what a grid bug looks like now. You're starting to relate to grid bugs. You're no negotiator. You've never interacted with an active crime directly. The disciples of TRON investigate. They do not instigate. Looks like a landing pad, doesn't it? I suppose it must do, yes. A yell tears through the rain, breaks your process. Greetings, program. Oh, hello. I like your outfit. I was not quick enough off the mark with clicking the codex entry, though. We now have all the characters unlocked. Independence without function is alien to you. You cannot process the idea of a program who seeks only that which they need, without fulfilling a higher purpose. Proxy is such a program, driven by survival and ambition, an unpredictable and chaotic element in the system. Proxy is a thief, and well known to the DoT. How you deal with her presence will have a massive impact on events. Choose wisely, and quickly. She stands in the centre of the platform. Behind her, a stolen recognizer takes off, soaring back into whichever corner of the city it's usually hidden. She walks towards you. Her swagger implies casual charm, but you can sense a readiness to strike. Danger may not be present, but it is certainly pre-cached. I said, "Greetings, program." A playful anger crosses her eyes. Two very different postures, oh yes. Do you have a name? I don't give my personal identifier to criminals while on a case. Oh, look at her. She's cool. You're on a case? Right now? How exciting. A smirk. Petulant. Disrespectful. Intentionally so. Keep your secrets. Like a good little disciple of Tron. I'm Proxy. I'm sure you've already been told a great deal about me. Why don't you give me your side of it? I'm a scoundrel, a ne'er-do-well, a good-for-nothing. Well, nothing except liberating the property of bigger scoundrels. I like her. She can have my personal details. I want to hit the lewd button, but... I love her already. Yeah, me too. Oh, look at that. The pageantry. The theatre. She does a little sarcastic bow. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I think we're going to be very good friends, Detective. She's toying with you, testing your boundaries. I like how she's the only one that has multicoloured lights. Yeah, because she can do whatever the fuck she wants. Before you ask me your questions and we get to negotiating what happens next, I have one pressing question, if I may. Go for it. It's less of a question than an observation, really. It unsettles me. My question is, why is this landing pad not secured? No guards, nothing preventing my landing, unloading. My code whispers, trap, to me. I should have been surrounded by 6 angry programs, discs in hand the moment I set foot on such sacred ground. That's interesting. She didn't hack it. Oh, perfect. I think we found the Lupin to our Zenigata. We have! She's even wearing green. No worries, Cole. You take care. We will be finishing up after this conversation with Proxy is over, so you won't miss much. Thank you so much for being here today. I've really enjoyed chatting with you about Tron stuff. I hope you get some good rest under you. The word sacred was stressed, ringed for every available drop of sarcasm. Oh, I love her so much. No offense, but you're not as scary as the welcome I anticipated. Something happen here? Are the usual programs occupied? I'm not answering your questions. No, you're not. It's a little frustrating, to be honest. She plows on. An explosion tore apart your vault, and when someone like me sees that happen, to a facility legendary for its security, I think to myself, maybe there's an opportunity here. And then, when I arrive, I see that the guards have scattered elsewhere, and I become certain that there's an opportunity. She gestures at you. You're all they had to send up to me. No doubt tightening security around the Zealot Prince. How is Grish, by the way? You know each other? We used to. We fought together in the war. Oh. That's why Grish was being cagey. I think we took wildly different lessons from our time together. The first sign of weakness, a little sadness, crosses her face. It's gone in an instant, partitioned away under layers of bravado. I'm here because I see an opportunity to take something of my own, while you're busy chasing around that other thief. Why tell me? Because it's fun to have an audience. She smiles, but knows that's not a good enough answer. You're DOT. You investigate, you don't prevent. I'll be long gone before your case officially opens against me. You'll never find me. She's working very hard to appear confident. It's almost working. Confident, but out of boasts. Ask your questions, then. Tell me about the war. She looks down. Nothing to tell. Bad time. And I'd rather forget. I could help with that. She recoils. Keep your hands away from my disc if you want to keep them, program. Okay. Are you going to hurt programs tonight? Only those I need to. Those that get in my way. Matter of fact, to the point, not bravado. Derezzing is easy for you? She gestures as if throwing her disc. It's all in the wrists? Wow. Wow. Brutal. I do what I have to survive. She holds your eyes. No budge. Tell me what you're going to steal. Data. There are great secrets being kept in this building. One in particular has infinite value. I need it. She smiles, empowered even by the idea of it. You're here to steal a tree? Ah, you visited Ada's garden. Yes, I'm going to steal data gifted to us by our creator. When Fling created this grid, he left behind code which would empower a program in ways we cannot imagine. Give them abilities beyond anything any program has ever possessed. I will find that code tonight. It's here somewhere. Where? I don't know. I will. Let's move on. Good. I think I'm done talking. Her tone has shifted. The bravado of earlier has slipped away. She's finished playing. In the vault that was just busted into, presumably. Yeah, probably. I'm gonna walk past you now. I'm going to walk past you and into the repository. Once there, I will do what I have to do to find what I came for. You need to get out of my way. She reaches to her back, draws her disc. It sparks and shivers with energy. You have no doubt she knows how to use it. I'm not your enemy. Good. Don't forget it. A bullying tone. You don't like it. You wonder how she'll use this power she covets. It's a really good shot, isn't it? That is some cinematic shit right there. And then it happens. Oh, are we about to die? Oh no, she's just threatening us still. She moves fast, closing the gap between you and holding her disc to your neck. You feel the sizzle of it brush against you. You instinctively draw your own disc, just like you were taught. You hold it millimeters from her neck. A few particles of her hair turn to light and drift off of the platform. You're fast, program. She jumps back, adopting a throwing stance. You mirror her. Oh, are we about to die? So casual. It happens a lot on these streams. Like, any point and click that's got any sort of you died in it, I'm probably gonna die. Let's face it. The only time I haven't is Monkey Island, and that's because I knew how to kill him and it takes too long. You died! Yep. I should really get that as an alternative to the the Dark Souls one, just have the John Robertson, you die, you die, you die. That'd be fun. I love the Dark Room. We will play the game on stream at some point. I just need to figure out the programming to get it to work as a crowd-controlled game. I want you to be able to vote on which choice we go for. I'm in danger! Yeah, exactly. Stop. I don't want to fight. I promise you, unless you lower your disc, there will be one. And it will be brief. She stands ready, a stalemate. This moment matters. A choice either way. We don't interfere. That is our prime directive. We investigate, we do not instigate. You open your right hand, dropping the disc to the floor beneath you. It clanks, metal against metal. I am not your enemy, Proxy. My job is to investigate, not fight you. She smiles, replacing her disc on her back. I'm glad, genuinely. She walks over, picks up your disc, and hands it back to you, before brushing past into the elevator. Next time I see you, Query, I will have the power of Flynn. I'll remember the respect you showed me. The elevator doors close. She is gone. Rain continues to smash the landing pad. You stand alone. You did that which no DOT must ever do. You made a decision. It's becoming a dangerous habit tonight. It's so cold out here. And that is where we shall leave it for the evening. Evening? It's not evening yet. That's where we shall leave it for the afternoon. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm really enjoying this though. I could quite happily just play the entire game and not stop the stream, but I know that's a bad plan, and I've got a speed run to do later. And yeah, this feels like the perfect cliffhanger ready for next weekend. Big stretchy for me. This was fantastic, thank you very much. I'm so glad you've been enjoying it, Pudlord. Good time for a break, yeah, definitely. So, thank you very much everybody for coming along today. I have had an absolute blast playing this with you all. It's been so wonderful. Not only to discover that so many of you are like hardcore Tron fans, but to be able to just sort of discuss the world with you and all the stuff in it. This has been so much fun. I was so hyped for this, and I'm so glad that it's turning out to be a good game and an enjoyable one that we can all share together. And I really look forward to next Sunday. We'll probably finish it next Sunday. It doesn't feel like it's a very long game. I might be wrong. We'll see.
Goodbye.
Thank you for being here, Torpor. It's been lovely to have you. You are most welcome. For anybody that wants to play this themselves, maybe to see what the other dialogue options are and the choices, it is £15 on Steam. It is the cheapest game I've seen on release in a long fucking time, so if you've got that kind of cash to spare, it's a lot cheaper than I expected it to be when it came out. Put it that way. It doesn't have George in it, which... yeah. Oh yeah, it's St. George's Day today. Can you imagine if I was playing the ending of Broken Sword 3 today, in which we, Sir George, had to slay a dragon? Fuck that noise. That would have been... I would have died on the spot. Anyway. Anyway. We do have a giveaway active on the stream. Our prize today is Payday 2. If you would like to enter to win a copy, I can see there is only one entrant at the moment, so if you want to give them a run for their money, now is your last chance. As a reminder, if you already own the game and want to play it with someone else, as it is a multiplayer game, and they don't already own a copy, you can give the code to someone else. It is a Steam code rather than a gifted game, as it were. So you can do with it as you will. So, exclamation mark ticket will get you 1 ticket to enter the raffle. You can purchase up to 10 tickets by typing exclamation mark ticket space and then the number of tickets you would like to purchase. That is the numerical number, as in like 10 for 10, up to a value of 10. And for anyone that wants to get in on the action and hasn't had the chance yet, I will give you 5. Oh, motherfucker! Has it done it again? Seriously, I need to get the giveaway off of Stream Elements, but writing the code to make it work the same, it's taking me a little bit of time to figure it out. It's because I've got the custom bot enabled. Right, try again now if you've not already entered, or if you think you might have tried to enter earlier and it's not working, or it didn't work, try again now. There we go. So, for anyone that wants to enter, or might have tried to enter earlier without any luck, thanks Stream Elements, super fucking helpful. I will give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and a little bit for the lag. The giveaway is closed. 2 entrants, a total of 12 tickets purchased. Our winner is Agent Sinister. Congratulations, Agent Sinister, with an 83.33% chance to win. I will send you the code a little bit later via Discord. Okay. Yeah, I've really been enjoying this. This has been very fun. I think it autosaves. I hope it autosaves, or I'm going to have a lot of off-stream work to do. Yeah, this has been really fun. I've really enjoyed this. I hope you all have too. I will be back this evening for some Speed Fun Day. I haven't decided yet if we're going to do another Narita Boy run. I mean, it feels kind of appropriate, seeing as we played Tron today. Or if I want to work on some Chronicles of Two Heroes, because I haven't done any more routing for that since the first routing stream. And I would like to give that another go. So we might do that today, just for a change of pace. I need to keep on top of things. I'm also learning the speedrun for Little Nightmares, so that's probably going to feature on a future Speed Fun Day stream.
Goodbye.
But not this one, because I haven't finished learning the run yet. Okay. I think that's everything I need to tell you for now. Thank you very much again to Kitty for the follow, and to Penguin Sentinel for the 5 gifted subs. I really do appreciate the support. Any support that you folks show me here, be that hanging out in chat, hanging out in the Lurkers Lounge, signal boosting the streams, subbing, donating, giving bits, all of it is so appreciated. I wouldn't still be doing this if it wasn't for you lot, so all I can say is thank you. You make me want to do this. You're a wonderful community, and I always have fun streaming for you, and you just take my mind off of all the shit that's going on in my life for the couple of hours that we spend together on these days. So thank you. I hope I can provide the same solace for you in your times of need. Right, let's find somewhere to send you to. Sorry, I'm looking at my list and trying to decide who we want to go to. Oh, you know what? I know where we're gonna go. Because I don't get to do this ever, because of timing things. We are gonna go and see Ecdysis for some Evil Within 2. Evil Within is by the same team that make Ghostwire Tokyo. I still haven't actually played the Evil Within games. They're on my to-do list. But considering how much I love Ghostwire, I'm hoping that I will enjoy them. But Ek is a really good speedrunner. Really great community. Some wonderful people in there. And yeah, it's just a really, really nice, chill horror channel. And a really good conversationalist. So, just in case you don't get pulled through with the raid but would like to join us, there is... It works, there we go. X link. Right, I think that's everything. Yeah, cool. So, all that is left to do is to say... I will hopefully see you folks tonight for some Speed Fun Day. That'll be 8 PM UK time. So in about 4 hours. But until I do see you next, I want you to take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Wash your fucking discs. And have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, everyone, however you're spending it. Bye-bye.